Service Titan, AI for the trades.
Skechers elite athlete OG Anunoby has been making history on the basketball court.
Anunoby tips it in. Unbelievable. What a shot.
He's been balling out in Skechers high-performance basketball sneakers, and the world is noticed. But how does OG train off the court to keep in peak physical condition? Hands-free Skechers Slip-ins Aeroburst. They help prepare OG for the physical demands of playing at a championship level. Get your pair of Aeroburst for only $165 at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever high-performance running shoes are sold.
Hey, what's this I see? I thought this was a party! Let's dance!
Save the date for the biggest party of the football season. Join Pirate Radio on Thursday, September 10th for the annual Pirate Radio Football Kickoff Party, powered by Bud Light. It's a night of great music, great friends, and pirate pride as the party returns to the Hilton Greenville and Greenville Boulevard. This year's special guest is ECU legend and Super Bowl champion Linville Joseph. Come welcome Linville back to Greenville, then dance the night away with live music from Trainwreck. Stay tuned to Pirate Radio for your chance to score free tickets to the party of the year, the Pirate Radio Kickoff Party, brought to you by East Coast Grading, UBE, Aldridge and Sutherland Realtors, The Buck, Ron Ayers Motorsports, Dirty Dan's, The Gold Store, Tiebreakers, and Carolina Eagle Distributors. Party like a pirate with Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
Hey Pirates, it's Lindsay Gray from Carolina Caliber. Whether you're getting pumped to cheer on the Pirates or prepping for a deer stand, here's a reminder. There's a time to amp it up and a time to tone it down. Save the noise for game day. Quiet your cannon with a suppressor from Carolina Caliber. We specialize in making suppressor ownership easier than ever, guiding you through every step of the process. We carry top brands like Silencer Co., Surefire, Thunderbeast Arms, Huxworks, Bergara, and many more. Shop online or visit Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville. It's a time-honored tradition.
Hi, I'm Bram Anderson, owner of Tiebreakers. Whether you're taking a quick lunch break or meeting coworkers, we've got one of the best lunch deals in town. Monday through Friday from 11 until 3, enjoy a $10 lunch special with your choice of delicious entree, a side, and sweet tea. Great food, great value, close to home. Break the chain, eat local. 3 locations, 1 hometown favorite because everyone loves burgers.
College is hectic, but where you live shouldn't be. At Pirates Cove, you get your own quiet space and private bathroom. With 2 pools, a fitness center, EV chargers, the only student property with a new soccer mini pitch field, a business room for focus, and a quick ride to campus. No dorms, no drama, just the lifestyle you're looking for. Pirates Cove isn't just where you stay, it's where you live.
Get ready, Greenville. Free Boot Friday is back, presented by Brightspeed, and only in downtown Greenville. Join us as we kick off the season September 11th. Enjoy the cool beach tunes from the Embers from 5:30 to 8:30 at the 5 Points Plaza. And we'll have plenty of ice-cold beer, wine, and seltzers from Carolina Eagle, Sup Crushes from Crush Distillery, the New Look Kids Zone, and local food trucks. Come celebrate the start of football season with us in downtown Greenville with Free Boot Friday. For more information, follow the Downtown Greenville Partnership on Facebook and Instagram.
Switching is easy. We do it all the time. We switch on the lights. We switch TV channels. Some of us switch partners while square dancing. Well, that's a stretch. But what's not a stretch is how you can switch and save with State Farm. In fact, this is State Farm agent Timothy Sawyer right here in Greenville. We can switch your auto and home insurance so you can start saving today. My team and I are ready to welcome you to the State Farm neighborhood. With Timothy Sawyer State Farm, it's easy to switch and save. Just give us a call, 493-0002. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
The icy treat that can't be beat is Sparky Snowballs. From big kids to little kids, Sparky Snowballs has been making smiles happen for over 20 years. If you're not in the mood to chill out with a snowball, Sparky's funnel cakes and fried Oreos are a perfect Sparky-licious treat every time. Are you having an event, party, or fundraiser? Call Sparky's to come on site. Remember to follow Sparky's on Facebook or visit SparkySnowballs.com to see where they'll be next.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 at 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington.
Can you be quiet, please? Thank you.
Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
Big hell yeah right there, isn't it? How about that?
How about them Pirates, baby?
Hakeem Richmond hits the shot.
What a shot!
Unbelievable.
What a shot, Jeffrey!
Oh my God.
Oh my God! My God!
You know, we don't have any turds.
You don't win with turds. I know no other way to put it. It kind of looks like a turd in a punch bowl.
Harp soft. There's local politics, bud.
Grant with a shot at the buzzer. No good. And you can pay this one purple. They storm the floor at Williams Arena, Minji's Coliseum.
Who is it cool for?
First down and 10. Johnson gets a shoulder square. Watch out! He's got getting away from the top speed. Touchdown!
Here is that.
Live from the First Flight Credit Union Studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
Welcome in to a Football Friday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Clip Brock here with you inside the First Flight Credit Union Studio, coming to you on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1. In Washington, we're on 1250, 930, online, PR927FM.com. We are on the Pirate Radio app, powered by Carolina Caliber. We are on YouTube, Pirate Radio TV, as we've got a ton of content there for you. Interviews with the Jordans, both coordinators, Jordan Davis, Jordan Hankins. Interview earlier in the week with Blake Harrell. And stay tuned this weekend to all of our social media and YouTube. We'll have a scrimmage recap for you as East Carolina takes on East Carolina coming up this weekend. Big one for the quarterbacks, big one for other positions as well. So looking forward to that on Saturday. But before we get there, we got a lot of football to talk about on today's show. Aundrae Allison is back. First appearance of the new football season. So we'll talk to Aundrae about his thoughts on what's going on right now in fall camp. Also joining us on the program, Dickie Carrata, former two-sport athlete at ECU. He has a book signing coming up that he'll tell you about. His book, I Am a Pirate, and Jonathan went one-on-one with Dickie Carrata earlier. Today, you will hear that coming up on our program. We've got the Schnapper, former ECU long snapper Alex Harper, joining us in hour number 3. Also, Morgan Ahlers, who is the voice of Dowdy Ficklin Stadium and the host of the High School Huddle, which returns next week on Pirate Radio. Excited about that. Brian North joins us to talk all levels of football. Tony Dunn, C3 Panthers podcast. Great interview with Roman Harper, former Saints and Panthers safety. They had him on the show, so we'll recap that and get Tony's thoughts on the Panthers heading into game 2 of the preseason, which will be fun for a little while at least, because I believe Josh Allen is starting for the Bills, and Bryce Young, just give me a head nod, don't talk yet. Bryce Young starting as well. So for a drive or two, we'll get to see what real football might look like. So we'll see if Tony's fired up for that. The Shield may make an appearance as well. He might pop in, talk some fantasy football. So we are packed with football talk on this Friday. We've got the Jackman, Jackson, handling the audio today. What's up, Jack?
What's going on, fellas?
Not a lot and a lot at the same time. We got intern Avery on video, so credit to you guys for getting us on the air. We are down Jarrett today. I guess he's taken today as his 1 day off a week. He's got that in his contract, I believe. So now Jarrett's going to the race in Richmond this weekend. He and Coach Mack will be there. So Pirate Radio will be represented well. Mark Alexander, live studio audience. We appreciate him as well. He has not smiled or laughed yet, but hopefully there are laughs and smiles and faces like, I didn't know that to come. Boy, this guy puts a smile on my face, especially on a Friday. We got left side. Strong side. I think Wes would have to give that at least a 9. That was a good one, Sean.
What's up, Chandler? How you? I'm good. I'm fired up, man. Panthers playing some more football tomorrow against the Bills. The first football game being played in their new stadium. There's some controversy with that stadium. I believe I saw some pictures on social media that it is built very like very strange. Like
Jane Daniels has tried to remove the entire Section 5 of the stadium.
yeah, but apparently there's some seats in the stadium that is blocked by guardrails and all that kind of stuff. But excited to watch some Panther football tomorrow. Just excited that football is upon us as we are watching some highlights from last night's Cincinnati and Detroit game. Some more coming up tonight, and then we'll have some more coming up tomorrow as well. So, hey, you mentioned in the open that the high school huddle is back next week with Morgan Ahlers. That's exciting as high school football is officially back. So it's football time here in Greenville.
Mark Alexander has been to beautiful FedEx Northwest crap field, whatever they call it now. And, you know, I grew up, my dad taking me to games, and we'd go to one every other year, one every 3 years. So we'd get good seats. If we're going, we might as well get good seats. And I continued that trend for a while. But then one year, I got some cheapies, and it was like second level, club level. And I was like, man, this is a great deal. This is a steal. And then I kind of saw why. It was one of those Dan Snyder obstructed seat specials that they had at FedEx Field. So
you can see like half the field.
And a giant slab of concrete, a column like in your face. But, yeah, I guess some Bills fans are going through that right now. In Buffalo. And that's the end of my point.
And there is that.
There we go. John, you know what I thought yesterday, Chandler? You fired me up a week or two ago and you were like, you know, I'm going to start coming in. I'll probably do some Mondays, maybe do Bryce on Tuesdays. And, you know, soon we'll be doing Dog of the Day Thursdays. I'm gonna be on the show a little bit more coming up. And yesterday I thought Chandler has not been on the show the whole week. He's not going to be on the show the whole week. He probably won't even show up Friday. He'll probably be golfing or something. With all the other salespeople.
No.
And here you are.
I'm here, man. I'm ready for a Friday edition of Pirate Radio Live. I wasn't specific. I was talking about during football season itself.
Okay. Hey, I know you're busy, man.
Busy getting ready for the party. Still getting ready for that. Getting the details with the party of the year coming back to the Hilton on Greenville Boulevard. Went out there yesterday and did some videos, some promotional videos. So busy with that right now. Of course, still trying to sell and fill up the airtime for our game day coverage for football. So it's still a busy time for the sales department right now. But I am ready for football season, and I'll have my allotted slots for the week.
I am pumped. Linval Joseph will be there. I'm even more pumped at how excited he is to be there.
Yeah.
He's very excited to be with the Pirate fans, probably with some of his old teammates, and to just have a blast coming up on that Thursday. Because really that week 2 game is super important for multiple reasons. One, I've beat the horse to death. App State's beat us 3 times in a row. We got to beat them.
Yeah.
You can't start 0-2. You just can't do it. So it's important for that way. And if you beat Bama, you're going to be getting all the headlines. You can't start 1-1 after you beat Bama, or you lose all that momentum. So either way you slice it, week 2, a monster game. So people should be excited on that Thursday, leading into a free boot and leading into the season opener. And really, USF maybe the most attractive home game on the schedule this year. It's not a marquee home schedule, so that might be the one.
Yeah, and especially with Appalachian State having our number for the past few meetings, and this will be Blake Harrell's first time, his first shot at the Mountaineers, and hopefully he can get over that hump that has been definitely a pain for the Pirates. But it is going to be exciting. I think no matter what the outcome is in Tuscaloosa, that Thursday night, there's going to be a lot of excited Pirate fans ready to party and get the weekend started for the first home game of 2026. And man, very excited to have Linval Joseph and listen to his interview with Ellerby, and you can just tell the excitement through his interview. And I think he's excited because I don't think he's been able to get to Greenville that much.
No, he said because somebody had told me that he hadn't been back at all. He said he has popped in, but like very briefly.
Yeah, very. I think he mentioned he went to.
He was courtside in Minges. Yeah.
Yeah, so he went to a basketball game, but yeah, I'm sure he's very excited to be around Pirate Nation that night, and of course we're going to have a great band and Trainwreck. Right before Trainwreck, we'll have DJ B. Pays getting it started as well. So, still very busy getting the details ready for that and getting. We're trying to get that to be the party of the year, which it is every year. So, bear with us, and we'll have some more details coming out pretty soon.
And I know you were out today. Well, you might have just answered my question. When can people start getting those ticks? Details coming soon.
Details coming soon.
Fair enough.
Details coming soon.
All right. I'm excited for it, man. It's going to be I love that it's back at the Hilton too. Yeah. That's a great spot.
I will say this: they should be very easy to get this year. So, but like I said, more details to come. So, looking forward to it, and of course, going to have more room to party.
Yeah. And we're needed with Linval there.
Exactly. So, but yeah, more details about how you can.
How many more times are you going to say more details?
Until it's
because you said it and then I made you say it again, so I'll take credit for that one. But you've said it twice since then.
I know, but just one more time. Stay tuned for details.
I just got word from Mark. A week from Thursday is when you can get tickets.
See, I don't like this. I don't like Jackson having his source in Studio B that has better information than Chandler Honeycutt.
I think he just should have not said anything.
I mean, Mark just bossed the hell out of you, dude.
Yeah. I don't think we wanted anybody to know that yet or not.
Mark just sunned you.
Yeah.
You've been sunned. All right, Jackson, good breaking news, man. Appreciate it. We've got our Jeremiah Melvin fact of the day.
Jeremiah Melvin.
Chandler, since you've last been on, we've had so many more people say Jeremiah Melvin's name. We've had Avery say it a couple of times.
Jeremiah Melvin.
We've had Coach Blake Harrell say it.
Jeremiah Melvin.
We had Jordan Davis say it.
Jeremiah Melvin.
And did he say it twice?
Jeremiah Melvin.
And we had Andrew Bay say it.
Jeremiah Melvin.
And I believe that's it. Is there another?
That is it.
So you are keeping up with the Jeremiah Melvin soundbite?
We just got another one.
Jeremiah Melvin.
There it is.
Chandler Honeycutt. We'll have our Jeremiah Melvin fact of the day. And I'm not sure how much of the scrimmage we'll be able to see. We usually see quite a bit, right?
We'll see the tail end of it tomorrow.
I know where my eyes will be.
Where's that? The quarterbacks?
Were you here the last 20 seconds?
Jeremiah
when we played all the Jeremiah Melvin.
Jeremiah Melvin.
Now, the quarterback.
Now, I did hear that. I did hear the other day that Avery at practice solely videos Jeremiah Melvin.
Yeah, we need to have a talk with Avery.
So he will have his eyes on Jeremiah Melvin. But, looking forward to the scrimmage tomorrow and getting to talk to Blake Harrell.
That's going to be fun. I need to save Avery's number. I'm sorry, Avery.
The only reason I did that is because I was trying to not get the formations and stuff.
There you go.
Yeah.
Look at this picture he sent me the other day. Jeremiah Melvin
stretching it out
on all fours. Yeah. Great shot, Avery. I'm guessing he has not responded to your.
No, he's never responded.
He's going to do it one day.
You said he's seen it though, right?
No. Which is better.
Delivered? Yeah,
it's better that he hasn't seen it. Let's check in with the chat gang. Chandler, run down the chat gang for us.
All right. Jamie kicks it off as he usually does. Hey now, it's a Chon Friday.
Hey now,
I am here. It's a Friday. It's a Chon Friday. Kenny Curlings who stopped by.
Kenny Curlings, thank you, man. By the way, did Kenny Curlings have a custom cut off Pirate Radio shirt showing the guns?
He did.
Kenny, calm down.
Kenny dropped off old school, man, I'd love to know what year. I'm going to say early 90s, perhaps even late 80s.
Yeah, it was a classic. It was definitely retro.
Redskins huggers. I would say koozie, but it's like a souped up koozie. And also a Redskins glass. And brought one for me, Mark, and Ken Watley.
Keep your pants on.
Thank you, Kenny. Appreciate it.
So Kenny said, bought his book last football season, and it's a fantastic read.
Talking about Dickie Carrata.
Talking about Dickie Carrata, who actually tailgates not too far from the Pirate Radio tailgate zone, and he was out there selling them last year. But I have heard from multiple people, including Doug Gomes of KDL Construction. He has read it. Doug has read it. And he has really enjoyed it. So,
shout out Doug. He gave me a Washington Commanders pullover that comes. It looks like I'm a Hooters waitress when I put it on. But thank you, Doug.
But Dickie Carrata, his book signing, more details on that.
Oh my God! Get to the chat.
Here's more details on that coming up in the program. Jamie with some emojis. Oh, the shield. Jerry says hello. Hello. Jerry says we are the PRL chat gang. Jerry says, I was walking around the house, have today's PRL on my computer laptop, and was playing yesterday's PRL on my phone. Oops.
Oh, Jerry.
Oh, Jerry.
What a card.
He said,
Come on, Sean.
oops.
Focus in. Lock in.
Oops. Kenny says, Joe Burrow injured today at practice.
Whoa.
Wow.
Hadn't seen that.
And then Jerry ends the chat with Jeremiah Melvin.
Jeremiah Melvin. That is beautiful to hear. We are, man, I hope he is a factor at all. Because if he makes plays, we are going to hype it up so much here at Pirate Radio. All right, we've got interviews to get to, so let's take a break. And we'll talk to Aundrae Allison. Fired up to have Aundrae back on the show. He was a great guest. I think a fan favorite when he joined us last year. And he'll be back with us this year, talking Pirate football, talking college football, talking NFL, and more. Sean, appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Go Pirates.
We'll take a break, come back, talk to former Pirate wide receiver Aundrae Allison when we return. Pirate Radio Live after this. Doug Henry of Greenville is looking for your trade-in and your business. Doug Henry of Greenville is right on the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Memorial, and always right on the price and looking to beat every offer out there. Just bring it in and you won't be disappointed. Doug Henry of Greenville has over 300 vehicles to choose from and brand new inventory arriving daily. And you can always check them out online at DougHenryGreenville.com. Doug Henry, right on the corner and right on the price.
Looking for friendly service and hometown convenience? Make it Country Mart in Pitt County. Country Mart is your one-stop shop for fresh hot food, cold drinks, snacks, fuel, and everyday essentials, all with the fast, friendly service you can count on. And now with 3 locations. A brand new Country Mart is now open on Highway 11 right across from Aiden Grifton High School. From breakfast biscuits to afternoon pick-me-ups and the best fuel prices in town, Country Mart keeps Pitt County moving. Country Mart, local, convenient, and always friendly.
If you need an appliance fast, head to Appliances Superstore in Greenville. They have the largest selection of in-stock appliances in eastern North Carolina, including trusted brands like Speed Queen, so you can skip the wait and take home what you need today. Visit their new convenient location at 301 Plaza Drive and discover incredible savings on top brands. Visit their website, AppliancesSuperstore.com, and click the in-stock menu to shop the exact appliances they have ready today. Appliances Superstore. If it's in your home tomorrow, it's because it's in our store today. Go Pirates!
There's still time to soak up summer on North Carolina's Crystal Coast. Book your August getaway through August 31st with the Beaufort Hotel's Summer Sizzler Sale and save 20% off your stay. Wake up to breathtaking waterfront views, explore historic Beaufort, discover the famous wild horses, and enjoy coastal dining at award-winning 34 Degrees North restaurant. Book today at BeaufortHotel.com or call 252-728-3000. Restrictions and blackout dates apply.
This is Caleb Reynolds, lead minister at Eastern Pines Church, and I'd love to invite you to join us this Sunday at 9 and 10:30 at 3380 Portertown Road in Greenville. At Eastern Pines Church, you'll find real people, uplifting worship, and a place where your family can grow in your faith. Come see what God is doing right here in Greenville. We'd love to welcome you home at Eastern Pines Church. Visit easternpineschurch.com for more information.
Church services brought to you by S&K Trapping, East Coast Grading, Gregory Pool, Driven Details, East Coast Access, Cardinal Lock and Key, and RentAFishTank.com.
Recalculating.
You are now in the middle of nowhere. Well, not exactly. Welcome to Martin County, the middle of nowhere, but the center of everything. Just 80 miles from the Outer Banks, 90 from Raleigh, and less than 30 minutes from East Carolina University and the Pamlico River. Kayak the Roanoke River, dance in downtown Williamston, or just watch horses do their thing in farm life. So yeah, you could stay stressed, or you have arrived at peace. Martin County, get lost in the best way.
Switching is easy. We do it all the time. We switch on the lights, we switch TV channels. Some of us switch partners while square dancing. Well, that's a stretch. But what's not a stretch is how you can switch and save with State Farm. In fact, this is State Farm agent Timothy Sawyer right here in Greenville. We can switch your auto and home insurance so you can start saving today. My team and I are ready to welcome you to the State Farm neighborhood. With Timothy Sawyer State Farm, it's easy to switch and save. Just give us a call, 493-0002. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Is your car making strange noises? Or that check engine light still won't go away? At Bell's Fork Truck and Auto Service in Greenville, We take the stress out of car care, from quick oil changes to full-service repairs. And diesel truck service, too. Our certified technicians deliver high-quality work without the high dealership prices. No guesswork, no pressure. Just honest, dependable service to get you back on the road with confidence. Don't let a small issue turn into a costly repair. Stop by today or schedule your service now. Bell's Fork Truck and Auto Service. Keeping Greenville moving.
Hi, I'm Donovan McNabb, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. The Pirate Radio app is available now. Powered by Carolina Caliber. Download the app today and have Pirate Radio at your fingertips. Now, back to the show.
And welcome back in. Pitt Community College, ready to take the next step. Fall classes at Pitt Community College are enrolling now. Whether you're starting college, earning a degree, learning a new skill, or preparing for a better career, Pitt Community College has affordable programs designed to fit your life. Visit pittcc.edu today and enroll for the fall semester. Now let's take it back in. Hey, here's Cliff.
All right, we love interacting with the listeners. My favorite part of doing this, but afraid I'm going to have to put Kenny Curlings in the penalty box. I did read his comment that said Joe Burrow injured today at practice. Nobody else is talking about that other than Kenny. So, Kenny, I'm going to have to put you in the penalty box, let's say, at least for this segment. I was going to go the rest of the hour, but I'm going to go the next 20 minutes. You are in the Pirate Radio penalty box for egregious injury reporting. All right, let's go out to the Turner Home Team live line, and joining us, great to have him back on, Aundrae Allison, to talk some Pirate football. Aundrae, how you doing, man?
Man, it's great to be back on. I am doing great, man. I hope everyone else out there is doing good as well.
We are hot, but we are looking forward to football, and we are another day closer. Got the first fall scrimmage coming up, fall camp scrimmage coming up on Saturday, so excited about that. We'll talk a lot of Pirate football, but Aundrae, let me start, and this is the first time I've talked to you on the air since we got the devastating news about the diagnosis of ALS for your teammate and your good friend Chris Johnson. And, man, been an outpouring of support from former teammates and coaches and administrators and Pirate fans. And we all kind of found out as a Pirate Nation, most of us, Aundrae, at the same time when he was on Good Morning America. I imagine you knew something was going on probably before that, but man, I know he's still fighting, and we're thinking of him, and like I've told his teammates, thinking of you guys as well. It was really tough to see.
No, absolutely, man. And yeah, the support from everyone has been amazing, and that's what it's just all about. CJ's spirit is always the first thing came to my mind when he announced it, and wanted to bring awareness to it was just that's his spirit of just always giving, like. No matter how big of a superstar he is and was, he's always been able to, still put people before him, but still excel at the things that he do, like off the field and like as a family person, big person in the community. But it was just like that selfless side that we've always known him to display. And man, my heart just goes out to him and his family for sure. It was just sad, man, really sad. But I'm just also really proud of the strength that he's pretty much displaying and all the awareness that all the other athletes and people like that have been able to also bring awareness to ALS and do something good for the research and all the future endeavors when it comes to that.
Absolutely. Well said. Aundrae Allison joining us today on the Turner Home Team live line. Aundrae, we'll talk some current Pirate football and look back as well at the same time. So I asked Blake Harrell on Monday, we keep referring to these transfers as newcomers, and I said, at this point, are they newcomers? Or are they just part of the team because you really, and he used the word microwave. He said, man, you got to rush it. You got to get these guys in. You got to get them acclimated. You got to get them in the locker room because you're counting on these transfers from day one. And Aundrae, you when I think about big impact day one, almost drive one transfers, you come to mind with what you did in the Duke game. But how about you, Aundrae? I feel like everything's sped up today, but can you take us back to, what was it, 05 when you come in? What was it like for you? And at what point did you feel part of the team? How many practices, how many workouts, how many days before you weren't the new guy anymore?
I felt that new guy all the way leading up to the opening game, and Coach Holtz, he did a great job. He brought that mentality to where like you had to earn it, like nothing was given. Me being a transfer in, everything was the same. Even though I was a junior, still had to stay in the dorms. Like that was the rule that he set. And you had to be consistent and be a leader before he even gave you an opportunity to get your real number. So I was wearing number 39 all the way up to like the first game. But you want that, like you want to earn it. And I always wanted to show those players when I came in that I was worth the opportunity to be a Division I scholarship athlete because I was a junior college player, and we was just like thirsty to get an opportunity to display our talents and to prove that we could play on that level. So that's how I approached it. I wanted to show, Bobby Good and Rogers and Roach and all those other fellow receivers that, man, hey, look, I deserve to be here too, and I'm going to show you I deserve to be here.
Yeah, and man, did it work out. And Aundrae, jersey numbers are a touchy subject right now as a Washington fan and a Jaden Daniels fan, so let's not talk about that. Hey, look, that's important, right? I bet if you were wearing that 39 as good as you were, you wouldn't as played as good as a single-digit number. You got to be looking good, right?
Yeah, you're right about that, Cliff. There's no doubt about it.
In fact, man, I remember Rajay Harris had he played as a true freshman, and I said, I love this kid, man, but man, that 47 don't look right. He needs a better number. And then I heard an interview, and he said he wore it for his dad, and I was like, well, damn, I feel bad now because his dad, he's a great dude too. But I like that he made his own jersey number. You know what I'm saying? He made 47 cool. But Aundrae, that you've told us in the past, you were mindful of the cleats you were wearing and what you were wearing. It's all a brand. You were kind of ahead of the curve on that, and jersey number is one of those things too, right?
Oh, absolutely. It'll make or break you, like, because with jersey numbers in college, the skill positions, those single digits was really big. So if you're a fan of college football, you were always looking at those top players, especially the receiver position that wore those type of low digits. And you were pretty much like a offspring of that, So then you look at the year before, that 39 number in particular, Clip, was like, that's like a throwback number they would wear where like Lombardi then was there, and the numbers didn't really associate with positions. It was just put anything on, that type of thing. But of course, like the way that you prepare for the game is like you look good, and they pretty much says play good, especially as a skill position. Now, offensive linemen and D linemen, those guys who get dirty every single play, they don't care because they're just there to pretty much knock your face off. But we're on the outside. We're like, this is going to be a touchdown here. I want to look like this if I score here and things of that nature. Yeah. It matters a lot of what number you wear.
There we go. Aundrae, Allison joining us, Turner Home Team Live Line. Aundrae, looking at the receiving core, you've got some newcomers we're excited about. Landon Sides, one of the North Texas blood that comes over here with the coordinator, and with Ashton Gray, the running back. We are big Jeremiah Melvin fans. You give me a 6'4" frame. That's my type, Aundrae. I hope he can catch some jump balls and make some plays. But man, Brock Spalding really showed he could be counted on last year. had struggled to stay in the lineup and stay healthy in seasons past, but played in 13 games last year, 42 catches, 554 yards, 3 touchdowns. Saw him make some tough catches too. And he's a guy, we talked to Jordan Davis the other day that said, hey man, he's going to be in different positions. He's going to be in the slot. He's going to be on the outside. We're going to try to work him every possible way. And I'm excited to see what another year of Brock Spalding looks like, because he really impressed last year.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, just the additional players, like, I think that the way that he ended that campaign last year, and then coming into this year, that's a good tale of, some momentum that he can ride into this season. And that's pretty much all you want. A lot of times you have it in you, but you just, you got to kind of prove it to yourself. And, putting those games together and that consistent amount of, effort and performance out there, I think that's going to carry over to this year, to where I expect big numbers, especially with the quarterback and things of that nature.
I put my foot in my mouth with him, Aundrae, because people would talk about him. I'd be like, man, I don't want to talk about him until he does something, because we had a former player, Alex Harper. He'd say, man, I'm telling you, and Rajay, like, this guy kills it at practice, man. I'm like, all right, well, let's see it in the game. And you know what? He did it in the game. And you can probably relate to that too, Aundrae. It's got to be frustrating when you do show out in practice, and then due to injury, due to playing time, due to whatever, you're unable to show it on Saturdays. But he was able to make that transition. Did you ever? You were such an impact player on the field, but did all your practice translate to Saturdays for the most part, I guess?
Yeah, it did. It really did. I just had a great 2 years prior in junior college, where those practices were really physical and intense down at Georgia Military College. And we had a very open schedule, so we wasn't restricted from playing out-of-state teams. Like, say, if you go to a Kansas school, you can only play those teams out there in Kansas. So we could play anywhere. We played South Carolina JV, Alabama JV. We played Kentucky JV. So, it was physical games, and then those coaches really prepared us. I was able to come in with that kind of 2-year prior type of training. And yeah, it translated. I thought the D1 practices were a lot easier, honestly, because in Georgia, when it's 100 degrees and you're running, and the coach says, if you guys drink water, that means that you're not tough, and then they dump out all the water. You're like, then I got to, I'm like, wow, you get Gatorade, you get water? Like, oh, this is a luxury. Like,
man.
So, but yeah, it is frustrating, because honestly, a lot of it has to do too with the player is in his head, and you do have to have like a coach or a friend or two to bring out whatever it is inside of you that is missing. It's easy to get in your head like that and underperform. It's not so much as a player as it is like a combination of, like, it could be off the field things, pressure from home. It could be a lot of things, but the players have it in them because they've been doing it their whole life.
Aundrae, since Shane Carden left, and we're going back, over 10 years now, more times than not, we have had a quarterback battle in fall camp, other than the Holton Ahlers years, and then, Caden Hauser being the starter last year. But once again, we've got 2 guys, and they're 2 new guys coming in, Mitch Griffiths and Emory Williams. And talked to former Pirate QB Paul Troth. There are pros and cons to having a quarterback battle in fall camp. The pros, obviously, is that competition's there every day. The con is an obvious one. One guy's not getting all the reps. So, do you look at it, Aundrae? I think you'd rather have your guy right now, but can you spin this into a positive that we're having a battle at camp? And tomorrow's scrimmage is going to be huge for those 2 guys.
I do. I'm not a fan of that. I would have to go ahead and have the quarterback in place. I do get the competition thing. Sometimes I feel as if coaches know, but at the same time, it's kind of like the guy that they are going to lean towards or eventually start, they also feel like he might not be mature enough to not have someone trying to take his job. So they just want to add that extra layer of mental strength and mental fortitude to help. I see it both ways, but I rather, as a receiver, I want to know who's going to throw to me, and I would like to see who's going to lead the team, because all the players I already know anyway. It's just a feel thing. You're like, yeah, this guy, he's the one, and the other guy, he has good, he's skilled or whatever, but he just doesn't carry the authority, like, to lead, you know. So it can just be little nuances like that. But I've never been a true fan of, like, two quarterbacks competing, like how they are in Cleveland, where they were in Cleveland.
Right. Yeah, and
the job.
That's a good point, Aundrae. The coaches might already know, and the players that they're practicing with every day might already know. When is the ideal time at this point to name a starter? I mean, is it sooner the better, or do you wait around and not give Bama an idea? Do we game week? You know, at this point, what's your preference to name a starter to the public?
I'd rather be going into, like, those annual games or whatever, like, leading up to the season with the starter already in place. Yeah. It just makes everything easier to focus on, like, execution and what the, like, schemes and all of that is going to be. Sometimes it can be a distraction, you know, and, you know, it's really not a lot of positive that can come from being in a limbo of, like, indecisiveness. You know, I think, like, the more you can declare and be, you know, understand and know exactly what you're going to do and who you're going to do it with, it's easy, even, like, for life and for business. Like, but I get it. Like, coaches like that kind of stuff. They like those kind of mind games. But sometimes it could just, you know, it can go against you. I don't think it has nothing to do with Alabama knowing who we're going to start or nothing like that. That's not a real leverage play. You know? So the sooner the better for me.
Aundrae, man, we'll see how it looks on the field, but new offensive coordinator, you know, bad news. Hey, we're rolling under JDB. Let's keep this thing moving. Well, he goes and takes another job, but good news, you're getting coach that was on the staff of the highest powered offense in college football last year. So as a receiver and an offensive player, you got to be excited about that. Again, we'll see what happens on the field, but you know, what are those challenges? And also, is there, you know, an excitement level for a player saying, man, I'm ready to eat in this offense?
Yeah, for sure. Those type of, like, you know, new opportunities that come from, you know, coaches to call plays and things like that. I think that's an advantage that our school and our team can leverage too, because there's not a lot of tape on, you know, those type of play calls like it would be for the coordinator who was there in the past. And then also it does give the players too a great opportunity, because now you have someone that's bringing in a fresh set of eyes, and they are open to, you know, pretty much getting their offense or their play calls the most impact. So they're going to, you know, implement those players who fit, you know, rightfully so. So it works out for everybody that's involved. But I do like how it can switch up so you can, you know, look a little different on tape, because once a team get a hold of, like, what you're doing and your patterns, you know, it becomes a little bit more challenging to score and to have a great offensive scheme.
Aundrae, Allison will join us weekly here on Pirate Radio, and planning to get him on video. No Jarrett today here, so just did a phone call, but crazy to say, we'll have 2 more chats, and then it'll be game week. I mean, it is quickly approaching, Aundrae, so we'll do predictions and more of those things on future chats, but I will say, high expectations for the Pirates this year, not just from Pirate fans, but you look at publications, I see a lot of 8 and 4s. I see some 9 and 3s. Phil Steele, who writes the College Football Bible every year, said the Pirates will be contenders for the American Championship. And talking to you last year, I know you love that, Aundrae. You want ECU to be looked at as one of the best, especially in the group of 6, but also knocking on the door of the top 25. So you got to be fired up for this year, I would imagine.
Yes, I really am, and I love to hear when they those type of people who do the reports and things, they give us our just due. A lot of times, you know, in the past, we could be easily overlooked, but we put together a great 2-year run, and it just shows that we're progressing each year and things are going up. And then with our head coach just being able to establish a great identity, one thing I can say is no one will ever be able to say our team doesn't play hard. So that in itself says a lot. We're always going to be in the mix when it comes down to just the effort in itself. And then, you know, like I said, with those campaigns for the last 2 years, leading into, you know, this year, I feel like there's no reason for anyone to really overlook us. And we have some really good prospects on our team, especially when you're thinking about, like, the O-line and D-line having, you know, those 2 players who was, like, preseason All-American, first and second team. everything pretty much starts up front. So that's a good anchor to lean on, and then all the other things would take place. With the quarterback and things of that nature, and we got some experience in that position. So I'm happy to hear we're getting our just due. The only thing we're missing is I have to come in the next few years and be one of those big donors and put together a package of like the Northwestern team just did, and somebody gave like 30-something million. So
yes,
sir.
Sir.
On that with some of the other investors and stuff like that. But that's what's going to really push us over the top.
Yeah, and that'd be awesome. And I know you are, getting involved and things. It's great to have you and a lot of guys too. Junior Smith, ECU Hall of Famer, has been kind of out a little bit, and he's loving being back and being on the sidelines and having a relationship with ECU football, and hopefully, Coach Shank's doing a good job with that. But yeah, man, it's great to have you former guys still locked in, and that's another reason I love talking to you, Aundrae. We'll get some NFL chat in too in the next few weeks and preview that. But yeah, man, great opening segment here with you today. And getting back in the swing of things. Great to talk to you again, Aundrae, and let's do it again next week, man.
Definitely, man. Great time being back. Great talking to you, and looking forward to next week.
Aundrae Allison joining us on the Turner Home Team Live Line. We'll take a break, come back. Dickie Carrata will have a book signing coming up, and he'll tell you all about it as he and Ellerby chatted earlier today. Got that on the way. Pirate Radio Live after this.
Hello, Pirate fans. Jeff Stein coming at you from Brown & Wood Buick GMC. For Buick, we've got Envistas at 0.9 with $1,000 purchase allowance. Encore GX 0.9 with $2,250 in purchase allowance. Envision also with 0.9 with $1,750 in purchase allowance. And Enclave 0.9 with $750 in purchase allowance. Only at Brown & Wood Buick GMC, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. We've got 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
And now a word from our sponsor, Bud Light. There's nothing better than the clean, crisp... what if we just got out of here and grabbed some Bud Lights? But man, we're on air for 4 more hours. They'll figure it out. Sounds good to me. Anything for the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light. Stock up now. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2026, Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
The stifling heat of summer, the bitter cold of winter. What do they have in common? The extreme temperatures of both force your home's heating and cooling system to work overtime to keep you comfortable. And that can cost you a lot of money. Fortunately, your neighbors at Greenville Utilities have several ways you can save energy. And that means saving you money on your utility bills. Just go to GUC.com and look for ways to save. That's GUC.com.
This August, head on down to Capital Subaru of Greenville for the Subaru A Lot to Love event. Get behind the wheel of a brand new 2026 Subaru Outback Premium with $4,304 total due at signing. You can lease it now for just $305 a month for 36 months. That's only $10 a day. Hurry down to Capital Subaru of Greenville today before this deal ends. It's all happening right now at Capital Subaru of Greenville off Memorial Drive or online at capitalofgreenville.com. Capital Subaru of Greenville, where your adventure begins. Price does not include tax, title, or registration fees. Offer expires August 31st, 2026.
This is retired ECU baseball player Charlie Jorgen, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. The Pirate Radio app is available now. Powered by Carolina Caliber. Download the app today and have Pirate Radio at your fingertips. Now, back to the show.
And welcome back in. Greenville Utilities Neighbor to Neighbor program provides help for those who need temporary assistance with their utility costs. You can make a difference. Your tax-deductible donation can be added to your GUC bill each month, or you can make a one-time donation. Greenville GUC matches all donations up to $20,000 each year. Consider helping a neighbor with GUC's Neighbor to Neighbor program. Now let's take it back in. Here's Clip.
All right, Dickie Carrata. The Bo Jackson, ECU's Bo Jackson, perhaps, played football and baseball, first team all-conference in football and baseball. when he was a senior at East Carolina. Has a book, I Am a Pirate, and he talked about it with Jonathan Ellerby.
All right, joining us now on the Turner Home Team live line is Dickie Carrata. He is a Hall of Famer, a two-sport Hall of Famer in football and baseball from 1967 to 1971. But he is an author, too. I Am a Pirate. And, Dickie, you are going to be back in town in Greenville this weekend. Welcome back to Pirate Radio Live. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Jonathan. Thank you so much for having me on. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this weekend. I'm going to the kickoff luncheon on Monday. So I've got a book signing on Sunday at Chico's.
That's awesome. It's got to be football season because the parking lots are starting to bump at UBE and downtown Greenville around our studio, and it's just an exciting time. And I know we caught up with you earlier and told the story about you writing a book about your time at East Carolina. And for people that are just tuning in and hearing your name for the first time, or they know you well because of your Hall of Fame career, hey, why did you write the book, I Am a Pirate, about your playing days and time at East Carolina University?
Okay, like 2 falls ago in 2024, I started going through my old programs, my old football programs, my old media guides. And I don't know why I did this, but I started sending out stories to my teammates. On my email list, I have about 25 or 30 former football and baseball teammates. So I started sending out just stories about them and how I knew them and this kind of thing. And I was doing like 2 or 3 a week. And finally, after we got into November or something like that, some of my teammates were going, "What are you going to do with it? This is really nice stuff. Well, you should write a book." So the more I thought about it, I said, "You know what? I'm going to go for it." I found out that there was no other athlete at ECU, to my knowledge, after my, I'm sure, not very experienced research, has written a book about their entire career at ECU. So I'm like, I mean, how many times do you get a chance to be the first at something? So I said, I'm going to go for it, for good or bad. And so that's what happened. I wrote it, and almost a year ago, well, actually it was published. I had my first copies in September of last year. So that's kind of when I first started promoting my book and whatever. And you guys have been wonderful about helping me get the story out.
Absolutely. I've seen a ton of great things on social media. Really enjoyed all the stories we shared in our earlier interview, and just a little flavor of you have a very unique and interesting story of playing, because playing 2 sports is not easy. I mean, it's not been done very, I mean, Deion Sanders, Bo Jackson are the only 2 people I can think of in modern days. So what you did, and to excel at both is just really historical and impressive. What are some of the things that people would be interested in if they came to your book signing this weekend, or were at UBE during football season and want to get a copy of your book, I Am a Pirate? What would be the things that you would want people to experience from that?
Well, I think a theme throughout my book, and it really starts when I was in high school, is I was offered a football scholarship to ECU, but I wanted to play baseball also, and I was offered many other scholarships in football, but baseball back then was really hard to get a scholarship. It was a non-revenue sport, and it was just hard to do. So I did not sign my scholarship right away, because I kept trying to figure out how I can play baseball at ECU as well as football. And I talk about that in my book. One of the Pittsburgh Pirates scouts ended up calling he worked me out one day at practice, called the ECU baseball coach, Earl Smith, and said, "Look, he's got a full football scholarship, but he also wants to play baseball. How can y'all figure that out?" He told Earl, he said, "You should figure that out somehow." So Earl figured it out. They split the scholarship. It's the first time, to my knowledge again, that anyone at ECU has had a split scholarship with 2 major sports. So that just opened the door for me. I played football in the fall, baseball in the spring. That's the way it should be. I never went to spring drills. So it was just a blessing that happened. Also, that was my freshman year at ECU was the first year freshmen could play baseball, varsity baseball. So I was able to play varsity baseball my freshman year. And if I would have just been on that football scholarship, I would have had to gone to spring drills and skipped that whole year of baseball. So that's why I just held off signing it until that happened, and then I signed it. And like I say, I don't think it's ever happened since, Jonathan. And that's a long time. There's been plenty of athletes at ECU, particularly I guess in my group or even before, that have played two sports, but they've always been on a scholarship, mostly for football. Like they were football scholarship, and they played baseball, or they ran track, or that kind of thing. So that's just. I was very fortunate that happened, and like I said, I don't think it's happened since.
Very cool. Do you think if you would have just played one, you could have been better at one of the sports, or do you think by playing both, it made you better at both sports?
Yeah, I've never really thought about that. I think it made me better in both sports. I really do. Yeah, I think so. I think you're onto something there.
Yeah, it's kind of. Yeah, I mean, it's a good what if, a good pondering question for you. I mean, it's like when you're in the moment and you're playing both, you want to play both, but sometimes they always say like the modern theme with because travel ball is such a big topic in youth sports today. It's like play more than just don't play baseball, just don't play volleyball, just do lots of different things to build your skills in different areas. So it's just always, and of course everybody's a little bit different too. So you had the perspective and the experience of doing both, and I just was sitting here pondering what you would think of that.
I talk about that all the time. These kids now, they just play travel, they just take baseball or basketball, whatever, and they play that sport year round, and they just, they don't experience other sports. They don't experience other teammates in sports. And I think a lot of them, they just get burned out. I just see it all the time. My friends' grandkids or whatever, and my children, to be very close to me. It happened to my daughter, who was an excellent basketball player, but she just played basketball all year long, and she was just burned out at the end of her senior year. And I just think, I think if you play like I played football. I was so excited when playing football. Then it was over. I went to spring. I was so excited for baseball to start. And then again, I was excited again when football season started. I'm not sure I would have had that same excitement if that's all I did all year long. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah, certainly. Something to think about. Dickie Carrada, our special guest on the Turner Home Team Line. You're going to be in Greenville this Sunday at Chico's from 5 to 7. You're going to have a book signing. So a good time to, that's a great time to grab your amigos and head to Chico's on Sunday and get down there and pick up a copy of your book. And one of the cool things a lot of people may not know is where the proceeds for not only are they going to get a great book, but talk about Pirates supporting Pirates. Tell everybody about where the proceeds go for your books there, Dickie.
Yeah, like I say, I'm not quite into a year. My book has been very successful. Everybody's loved my book. My reviews have been excellent. Jonathan, I think I've sent them to you. I'm not sure, but my reviews have been wonderful. I get every week or so, I get an email or something. Just read your book. I love your book. And that's just gratifying to me. And it just every day, it makes my day when I get one of those, because, I didn't know anything about writing a book. I wrote it from my heart. I wanted to show my love for my teammates and my coaches and in East Carolina. I love ECU. So I didn't know if it was going to be successful or not. I had no idea. And then all of a sudden, I started getting these reviews, and they were coming in. Man, we loved your book. I'm an old pirate. I was there, 10 years after you had left, or I was there 5 years before you got there. I loved everything about your book. It reminded me of my days there, and I felt like I was right with you on your journey, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's been a wonderful experience. I've been able to meet people like Jonathan, all you guys, Bubba Rosenbaum and David Richmond, all those guys on podcasts, and it's just been a great experience. And I'm so glad. It's a little intimidating to say, man, I'm going to write a book about my experience. I mean, gosh. But everybody kept saying I needed to do it, so I stepped out. I got out of my comfort zone, that's for sure. But I'll tell you a funny story. In November, I got to 24 when, I said, okay, let me think about writing this book. And one of my teammates, Harold Robinson and his wife, Tracy, they had written a book. And they said, look, you need to talk to Bethany Bradshaw. She lives here in Greenville. She was their editor. So I said, okay. So I called up Bethany, and we talked for a while. I said, look, I'm going to be in Greenville it may have been the last home game or something. So we met at Chico's for lunch. So we're there, and I've got some notes, and she's got stuff all over the table and everything, and we're talking about if I should do my book. And Mike Horton comes out. He's walking around like a good owner-manager should be doing, checking on his customers. And he comes up to the table, and we start talking, introduce ourselves and all that. And I told Mike, I said, look, if I do this, if I write this book, you're going to be the first one to get a copy of it. He went, good, I'm counting on that. So anyway, that's what happened. So I'm going to go back to the place where it started.
That's a awesome story, and people can come meet you on Sunday from 5 to 7 at Chico's and get an autographed copy of the book, I Am a Pirate. It is a great read. As you said, you had a ton of great reviews. I've shared it with my dad, who's a longtime Pirate fan as well. Just tons of good stuff, and football season is here, and people, I know they can get your book at UBE, or folks are listening online today. I know is it also available still on Amazon as well as pirateware.com there, Dickie?
It's I'm not sure about Pirate. No, I don't think it's on pirateware.com. I think it's at UBE. It should be. And then the best place is eBay. eBay is wonderful. They as soon as you buy it on eBay, I get an email like within 10 minutes. And then the book comes from me. I'm able to sign it, and I mail it that day or the next day. So eBay's a great option also.
Very, very cool. I Am a Pirate. Dickie Carrata is going to be at Chico's from 5 to 7 on Sunday. Be sure to go by and visit with him. Talk a little Pirate football. I guess maybe you'll give people your prediction for the 26th season when they come by and see you at Chico's. What do you think?
Yeah, 8-4. I think 8-4.
8-4. All right, we'll all buy into that, and that would be another successful season for Blake Harrell, and maybe get that 9th win in a bowl game again. So
that's right. That's right.
Dickie, best of luck to you with the book. We look forward to seeing you on Sunday at Chico's, on Monday at the football luncheon, of course, in the tailgate lots this football season, and maybe even at the Pirate Radio football kickoff party coming up in September 10th.
Yeah, I need to talk to you about that. I would love to do that.
That sounds good. Well, thank you for your time today, and best of luck this weekend, and go Pirates.
All right. Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you so much for your support.
All right, the Hall of Famer, Dickie Carrata, joining Ellerby on the Turner Home Team Live Line, his book, I Am a Pirate. We'll take a break, come back when we return. Talk some NFL, as we do every Friday at 4 o'clock with Tony Dunn, C3 Panthers podcast. The Panthers and Bills on Saturday. Also, we'll recap Tony's conversation with Roman Harper on the C3 Panthers podcast this week and look at what happened last night in preseason action and what's coming up tonight and this weekend. We got NFL to discuss. Back with you after this.
Hi, this is Parker Morgan, sales manager at Morgan Printers in Greenville. We're a full-service, family-owned printing company specializing in superior four-color printing, serving both the commercial and retail markets all across eastern North Carolina. Whether you need personalized marketing and promotional items, posters, business cards, books, magazines, calendars, or invitations, we want to be your print company of choice. Call me anytime to discuss your project needs at 800-962-1972. That's 800-962-1972. Or go to morganprinters.com.
Michaels & Gateway Cosmetic and Family Dentistry has been Greenville's premier dental practice for over 40 years. I am Dr. Chris Gateway, and our mission at Michaels & Gateway is to provide exceptional dental care with compassion, integrity, and innovation, ensuring every patient leaves with a healthy, confident smile. Doctors Michaels & Gateway are committed to providing an outstanding patient experience with every visit. Not only do we offer all your dental needs under one roof, in most cases, we can take care of those needs on the same day. Bring your smile to us at Michaels & Gateway Cosmetic and Family Dentistry.
Is your car making strange noises or that check engine light still won't go away? At Bell's Fork Truck and Auto Service in Greenville, we take the stress out of car care, from quick oil changes to full service repairs. And Diesel Truck Service too. Our certified technicians deliver high quality work without the high dealership prices. No guesswork, no pressure. Just honest, dependable service to get you back on the road with confidence. Don't let a small issue turn into a costly repair. Stop by today or schedule your service now. Bell's Fork Truck and Auto Service, keeping Greenville moving.
Make dining out an event at Circa 81 in Morehead City. Whether it's date night, girls' night out, or kicking off a weekend at the coast, Circa 81 reinvents dining through creatively crafted small plates designed to be passed around. Enjoy lunch or dinner Wednesday through Saturday, or have delicious brunch or dinner on Sunday. Circa 81 also provides a private dining space for celebrations. For reservations, visit circa81.com. Circa 81, Morehead City's gathering place.
This is Dr. Hasty from Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center. Our practice has been caring for the athletes at ECU and the residents of Eastern North Carolina for more than 35 years. Whether it's treatment for your sports injury or it's time for that joint replacement, Orthopedics East provides the latest in operative and non-operative orthopedic care. We also offer on-site physical therapy and MRI services, as well as a walk-in urgent care on the weekends from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Call us at 757-BONE or visit us online at orthoeast.com. Go Pirates.
Here at the Holistic Company, we know that life throws you its fair share of curveballs, like passing that drug test. Congrats. Now you can finally relax, kick back, and, well, light one up. You've earned it. With weekly events like trivia, karaoke, comedy, open mic, movie night, and, of course, all your favorites: flour, merch, carts, edibles, and wellness products. Whatever you need to legally take the edge off, we've got your vibe covered. Order online at theholisticco.com or visit us at 5th and Evans in Greenville or at one of our other two locations in Fremont or Smithfield. The Holistic Company.
Come celebrate the next big Pirates win at the Rick House. The Rick House is Greenville and Eastern North Carolina's premier American-themed restaurant.
I'm Jeremy Shelton, General Manager at the Rick House. Come see us for a big city feel right here in Greenville. I guarantee you'll have a great experience.
We feature the very best bourbons around. Our made-from-scratch pastas are to die for, and nobody does steak like the Rick House. We also feature an early dining special from 4 to 6. Come see us at the Rick House, Red Banks Road in Greenville.
Move-in week is here, Pirates! Before you unpack, make your first stop at Dank Burrito on Red Banks Road. Fuel up with scratch-made favorites like jerk chicken, pork belly, tacos, bowls, and massive burritos, all made with chef-driven ingredients. Order ahead at order.dankburrito.com or use the Dank Burrito app. Students, join Dank Burrito Rewards and earn free food all semester. Visit Dank Burrito at 108 Red Banks Road in Greenville. And parents, stop by our Morehead City location on your next Crystal Coast trip. Dank Burrito, fuel your pirate adventure. Go Pirates!
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 at 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. Listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. The Pirate Radio app is available now. Powered by Carolina Caliber. Download the app today and have Pirate Radio at your fingertips. Now, back to the show.
And welcome back in. Doug Henry of Greenville has over 300 vehicles to choose from and brand new inventory arriving daily. Doug Henry is easy to find on the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Memorial Drive and always online at DougHenryGreenville.com. Right on the corner and always right on the price at DougHenryGreenville.com. Henry of Greenville. Now let's take it back in for the start of Hour 2. Hey, yours, Clip.
All right, back with you. Getting in the football spirit, watching some highlights from last night's preseason action. Gardner Minshew just threw a touchdown pass for the Cardinals, and Fernando Mendoza zipping that ball for the Raiders. Jamie said Mendoza looked good last night. Anthony Richardson did not. Anthony Richardson, I wrote down his numbers, 145 yards passing interception, and the Colts tie with the Patriots, 13-13.
Tie? Tie?
Let's say hi to Tony Dunn. C3 Panthers podcast joins us. What's up, Tony?
Hey, man. Football's back, I guess.
It is.
Back.
Boy, that was the weakest
Football's
non-excited
back.
football's back I've ever heard.
Trying to think of like why I can be excited about the preseason.
Yeah,
which actually, I mean, there are more starters playing. I feel this season earlier than I was ready for or accustomed to. Maybe you mentioned that it's a 3-game season, but I feel like we've had that for. This is not the first year of that, but. And, it's maybe secular. That's, sometimes there's like the trend is to not play anybody. And then you had a bad year last year. So now this year we're playing everybody. But it does feel exciting. Football looks, to me, what I've watched has looked better.
Okay.
And maybe that's like a recency bias. But usually I'm watching the preseason. I'm like, ugh.
Right.
And this has been exciting. You see was it Jeremiah Love?
Yeah.
I mean,
but you don't watch a ton of college football, so you're kind of seeing some of these guys for the first time. Like he was worthy of the high pick, and you've got a very small sample size, but did you see what people like about him?
Yeah. I mean, it's like the body style type of run. I mean, everybody's like, who does it look like? And then you get to watch all the tweets of AP looking at Sean Payton in the background or whatever it is. That to me, number one, what is he? Number 1 pick or what? He's like a number 4.
Yeah.
Why the heck is he playing?
Yeah, good.
I mean,
good
like
question.
a running back is a running back. That's the easiest position to get accustomed to in the NFL. I wouldn't play him. They don't have anybody. But hey, it was nice to watch it. Mendoza, you highlighted Mendoza. Was it? Who's the guy that started for Pittsburgh or played for Pittsburgh? Ahlers.
Wait, Drew Allers from Penn State?
Aller, yeah. He lit it up last night.
Drew Aller, 153, 2 touchdowns for the Steelers. Do they have a quarterback finally after Big Ben that can replace Aaron Rodgers after this year?
So, I mean, that was fun to watch. And the Pittsburgh defense looked great last night. They held them to literally nothing, it felt like.
Tony, we'll talk Panthers and Bills. But, I gave you guys a shout out the other day. We played a clip from your interview with Roman Harper. It's always cool to get a former NFL guy, especially one of his stature, on the show. But I love hey, I hated you, and then, I had to like you sort of thing. His recall of the Steve Smith story was great. In fact, do you have that? Okay, let's play that again real quick. As you asked him about, going from the Saints to the Panthers and, being hated by Tony and then loved. And but specifically, he got into the altercation with Steve Smith. And, in fact, he kind of started it and then got out of it. But here's him talking about it on the C3 Panthers podcast.
Everybody hated Atlanta in New Orleans. Carolina wasn't like this team that everybody felt like they had to hate on and this, that, and the other. It was a big rivalry. It was not like that. It was a divisional game, kind of like Tampa Bay at times. And so, and then, that 2011 play, honestly, shout out Steve Smitty, my guy. We're friends now, but he made a great catch. And I was guarding Greg Olson on the other field, and Greg was doing his normal, runoff thing, acting like he's like, oh, he may get the ball. And
he looks like an uncle running all the time.
Yeah, he's like hiding in it, trying to I'm like, okay, and I'm running with him because we run a zero blitz. So, and then next, I know Greg. I sense like Greg is trying to just run me off. So I turn back and I see Smitty make this great catch. So I start running, and in my mind, I'm like, I'm going to catch this guy because he doesn't see me. And I was all the way across the field, so I ran a long way, probably 50 yards plus. And I especially when I saw him kind of slowing up and kind of hot dogging a little bit, which I get it. You know what I mean? He made a good play, so I get it. Looking back on it, but in the moment, I just ran a long ways, and so by the time I got close, he had already scored. And I was like, I didn't run over here for nothing, so I just hit him anyways. And just, and the best part about that whole thing was not the melee afterwards, which, that's a whole nother deal because it wasn't even me. Like, I feel bad because my boy Malcolm kind of got aggressively jumped. And, like, the cameras don't pick up all that stuff. But so I hit Smitty. I think he's going to fight me because I know he's a hothead. So I stood there and, like, kind of braced, like, okay, I'm probably going to have to fight this guy. And he just looked at me and he just hit his head and then he just walked off. And I was like, well, as long as you know it was me, it's cool. So
why didn't he fight Malcolm?
So here we go. So this is what happens.
And you'll have to tune into the C3 Panthers podcast to hear the rest. I don't know if he watched that in preparation for the interview, but the recall of it was amazing of every detail.
Yeah, he gets asked, I think, a lot.
Probably so, is Roman Harper the baddest man in the NFL? The only guy Steve Smith wouldn't fight?
Right.
That's the most shocking part of the story.
He talked about how he was also, like, surrounded only by Panther fans. Panther players.
He was naming like guards. Y'all had to help him with one, like all these dudes.
He was great, and you're right. It's the recall, not just of that play, but I think of like how present he was, like in his career. I mean, just recapping like in 2013 or 2008, and he just really. He's a sharp guy, and I think that shows you too. Is like to last in the league as long as he did. It's not just. Physical ability, right?
I'll always remember like the gray patch he had for most of his career. Like he was an early gray guy.
I feel his pain.
He's a saint. Let's face it.
Yeah, and he doesn't portray himself any other way. Like he's very fond of his time in Carolina. He was part of a very good team in Carolina too. But you can tell when he talks, He's a saint from the beginning, and he is in their Hall of Fame, I think.
Did he say like his first game was the Katrina game?
Yeah,
that's
crazy.
His
first home game.
Yeah, first home game, and then I guess won a Super Bowl there too, won the 2 Pro Bowls. But yeah, anything else, Tony? You enjoyed from that chat? Talk about current stuff at all, or more?
Well, I think one thing is just like how willing he was to like kind of just talk to us about his life and his career and things, and not just like, can we get through this? That was fun. He talked a lot. One of the things that we were kind of trying to not press him, but get to know a little bit about what this current Panthers team is and how they're looking at linebacker or safety. And he was so just thinking of it from a couple of ways, and that is like, while we get focused on this, Dan Morgan, we don't know what their vision is for the long term. And there's going to be a lot of moving parts today and next year. And I think he was almost looking at it as a veteran, how are you going to be brought in and fit in to help aid this over time and kind of complete this vision. So he wasn't like necessarily giving us some great insight into every player on the team right now, but kind of how the pieces, sometimes they come together, sometimes they don't. And if you think about it today, yesterday, Carolina announced they're signing Darren Waller, tight end.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He's back?
He's coming back, and he's got to pass a physical on Monday, but he will be signing a 1-year deal with Carolina.
Hasn't he retired like twice? Or
he retired, I think, what was he? Was he with did he go to New York?
Yeah, he was with the
temporarily,
Giants.
And then he came to Miami
retired.
And had a little renaissance with Miami. I think going into the Panthers game last year, he maybe had like a 3-touchdown game or something like right before the Panthers. He is, if anything, we've got a good musician on the field.
Yeah.
Auto-tuned musician.
There we go. Why was he added? Is that a need or like?
Yeah, Carolina's tight end group has not had a single. First, we haven't had a single tight end catch for more than 300 yards since 2018.
Wow.
Yeah. A combined group, the combined has not gone over, the whole unit has not gone over 600 yards.
Okay.
Since 2018 when Greg Olson left. So, yes, the Panthers just have a continued need at tight end. I think Mitchell Evans had rolled his ankle at one point in training camp. But you have Tommy Tremble, you have Mitchell Evans, who's a second-year player, and you got Jatavian Sanders, who's a third-year player who has other than being giant and huge and having some success in the first couple of games of his rookie year, has struggled with injuries, struggled with consistency. So the Panthers, I mean, this has just been a thin group from the beginning. And one of the reasons there was so much speculation, you have to help Sadiq. No, was that who was the tight end from Oregon that was drafted by the Eagles? I think it was something Sadiq. There was a lot of talk though for Carolina looking at him because is that in the first round?
There you go.
Yeah, Kenyon Sadiq, right? And he was drafted, I think, 24th or 25th by the Eagles. And, there's a lot of hype around Carolina with that because of the need at this position group to just kind of finally make some sort of jump. They didn't do it. They didn't really make any moves in free agency early on. And so this continued to bring up the same speculation, which Panther fans all the time is like, does Bryce Young and Dave Canales not even really care about the tight end positions? They're not really part of their offense or something? Or is it just
seems like teams are going more to it?
Yeah.
And maybe the Panthers are trying to bug the trend.
I don't know. Or and then it always comes back to, is Bryce good enough? Can he see the middle of the field or tight? Is that why they're not looking there? But hey, I don't think this is something to be crazy excited about. It's just another, Roman Harper is kind of intimated in our interview is it's really critical to have veterans come in that are good fits. And we had that. And we're a much different team. I think that's another thing that we talked about a lot was that Carolina today is just so young. And that's the kind of a trend right now. But in 2015, man, if you look at from Kurt Coleman, Peanut Tillman, Jared Allen, himself, is Roman Harper, is that there was a lot of old hats, Charles Johnson on this, that then meshed with these younger players because he referenced Trey Boston, Ben Wickery, and stuff like this. So it's fun. It's a good time.
Yeah, awesome stuff. Check that out, C3 Panthers podcast. Let's take a break. We'll talk more with Tony Dunn. Got Brian North coming up later this hour as well, and a football-heavy hour 3 with the Schnappa, Alex Harper and Morgan Ahlers. Back with you, Pirate Radio Live on a Friday after this.
Hello, Pirate fans. Jeff Stein coming at you from Brown & Wood Buick GMC, and truck month continues. We've got Sierra 1500, 0% for 5 years. You heard me right, 0%. Sierra 2500 HGs 4.9 plus $2,000 in purchase allowance. Canyon Elevation 3.9 for 5 years plus $3,000 purchase allowance. Only at Brown & Wood Buick GMC, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. We've got 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
Hey, Pirate fans, I know you'd do anything for a win on game day and an ice-cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fan section all game long, the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light turns a win into a win-win. A win isn't a win without the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri. Proudly distributed locally by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989.
College is hectic, but where you live shouldn't be. At Pirates Cove, you get your own quiet space and private bathroom. With 2 pools, a fitness center, EV chargers, the only student property with a new soccer mini pitch field, a business room for focus, and a quick ride to campus. No dorms, no drama, just the lifestyle you're looking for. Pirates Cove isn't just where you stay, it's where you live.
Close your eyes and picture this. Sizzling fajitas hitting the table, fresh seafood bursting with flavor, and a handcrafted margarita waiting in your hand. That's the experience waiting for you at La Tavara Mexican Kitchen and Seafood on 10th Street in Greenville. From brunch with friends to a quick lunch break, La Tavara brings the taste of the coast and the heart of Mexico together in every bite. So when you're hungry for something fresh and unforgettable, make it La Tavara Mexican Kitchen and Seafood, 10th Street in Greenville, or online at LaTavaraRestaurant.com.
Play it again, sport. Buy, sell, trade. Great deals never felt so good. So good, so good, so good. I saved a bunch of cash. Buy, sell, trade. Using my gear like
never knew I could. Play It Again Sports, buying and selling new and used sporting and fitness equipment for over 27 years right here in Greenville. Located on Greenville Boulevard across from the Nissan dealership.
Overtime Tavern is the place to be for great food, cold drinks, and all your game day action with over 10 TVs. Swing in today and try a mouth-watering burger, glizzies, wings, or check out their daily specials featuring some of the best items on the menu. OT's has a weekly lineup of entertainment starting Tuesday with Singo, Wednesday is sports trivia with Clip Brock, and Thursday's local acoustic acts playing the tunes. OT's is located on Charles Boulevard across from the Sheets and is open daily from 11 a.m. to midnight. There's always time on the clock at Overtime Tavern.
Hey, Clip, play my son's commercial now.
Okay, Brian, you got it.
Hi, I'm Lincoln Harris, and my dad, Brian, owns 360 golf carts in Greenville. From parts to sales to service, my dad has you covered. With Easy Go Club Card and rugged utility carts ready to roll. Go see my dad and his team on Highway 43 just past C.H. Conley High School or visit 360golfcarts.com.
360 Golf Carts. Pirates supporting pirates.
Arg.
I'm Sam Jones, and for more than 3 generations, my folks have kept the fires burning for Eastern North Carolina Whole Hog Barbecue. At Sam Jones, you'll find our smokehouse pumping out wood-fired meats, cooked fresh every single day. There are no freezers at our place. Everything, and we mean everything, is made fresh daily, including our sides, sweets, and sauces. Stop in and see us, and I bet you'll be able to taste our passion in just one bite. At Sam Jones Barbecue, you'll find plenty of smoke, but no mirrors.
This is Aundrae Allison, the first receiver to catch 1,000 in ECU history. You're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. The Pirate Radio app is available now, powered by Carolina Caliber. Download the app today and have Pirate Radio at your fingertips. Now, back to the show.
And welcome back in. Michaels and Gateway Family and Cosmetic Dentistry has been Greenville's premier dental practice for over 40 years. Their mission is to provide exceptional dental care with compassion, integrity, and innovation, ensuring every patient leaves with a healthy, confident smile. Visit them at 2330 Hemby Lane in Greenville or call 752-1600. Now let's take it back in. Here's Clip.
Excited to have Linval Joseph, our special guest at the Pirate Radio Football Kickoff Party this year. We'll play some of his comments with Ellerby from Thursday on our Simply Divine Oil and Wine Best of in Hour 3. Tony, this is tough because there's a lot of players out there. Can you guess who he said he had unfinished business with?
I think we're watching him right now.
Michael Vick.
Yeah.
Because Linval kind of caught him later in his career, and I guess he got Linval with some moves, and Linval never could get him back. So,
man, I tell you, that guy gave me fits throughout my life. Mike Vick, watching it right here, this is the only time I liked him.
He gave me some fits when he put on that green jersey.
Yeah,
the Monday Night Massacre against the Redskins.
Yeah, then I started liking him by that point because he was finally gone from my life. But then he haunted you.
I don't know if what's an example of a Cowboy or Eagle or Giant that went to another team, quarterback especially. Like if Eli went to another team or Romo, I don't think I could have liked them.
I wouldn't say I.
Then again, they weren't as cool as Michael Vick. On the field.
Yeah, I did.
Shout out to all the dogs.
I had a joke is that I'm the only person in the world that liked Mike Vick more after
post prison after the dog
incident. Yeah. Then. Because it finally got him away. Because he did. He haunted me throughout his 2 years when he was at Virginia Tech, and then he went straight to Atlanta. I mean, they had to draft a dang guy to spy him.
On that note, I guess a lesser degree, but this did involve humans and not dogs. Terrion Arnold, charged with multiple felonies this summer.
Is he the one that kidnapped the wrong guy?
There was a kidnapping and a robbery. Yeah. So I said this at the time. This annoys me. I don't know what part is annoying to me, but like when guys get arrested, something happens, the team feels like they have to get rid of them. And they always get scooped up by another team.
And a good one.
Who just welcome them in.
I mean,
the Super Bowl champions, Terry and Arnold, plans to sign with the Seahawks.
I know. And it's kind of interesting, too. It's like it's just some crime hits and some crime doesn't, you know? It's like some guys just get swamped under whatever accusation or charges, and then other guys get to get away from it. You know, I was reading what do you remember about Josh Jacobs right now?
Ooh. I mean, I remember him being a good running back, and he had some, was it domestic violence?
Yeah. So I thought, just under my normal, I guess, way that we've approached this in the NFL, I thought that Green Bay, he was done in Green Bay. But then we were talking about it on the podcast one night, and it was like, I don't know if I'm sure about that. So I Google it. Not only is he still in Green Bay, but they released him from prison and did not charge, or from jail. He wasn't charged. And now, maybe this isn't as serious. I mean, not as serious, but like is the rush to print.
57 minutes ago, Packers' Josh Jacobs may return to practice. Wow.
Yeah, I mean,
and that was kind of my
bad news
point.
Travels quick.
Like
good news doesn't.
Yeah, when you have this happen to a guy on your team, I think you can put him on some kind of list or something, right? Because he's going to end up on another team, and we kind of forget why he was released by
the do not rush to panic list.
Yeah, there we go.
Because he might not be guilty.
There we go. All right. Hey, Panthers, Bills. Been a lot of synergy with those teams, right? Over the years. Was it Bean?
There's a lot
players,
of history,
coaches.
Brandon Bean, Sean McDermott. I think Kelvin Benjamin played for the Buffalo Bills at one point. You got Shaq Thompson, AJ Klein. The list just goes on and on of players that are there. And now, you just continue to add to that list with DJ Moore.
Yeah, and their head coach, Joe Brady. So, Jack, you're a Bills fan.
I am.
Did the Bills upgrade their head coach this offseason?
I don't know. I really don't know.
I would say no.
That's kind of
I would
where
say
I'm
Joe
leaning.
Brady has failed up.
He is. He has failed forward.
Yeah,
in a sense. Or I think one good thing is he had an opportunity with Buffalo to kind of get back in the game, and with some good players, and so he kind of missed. I'm surprised they hired him though. Is that you're looking at why they ultimately fired Sean McDermott is just because they can't beat the Chiefs in the playoffs.
Who's the awful coach Denver had for one season, and he hitched himself to a good quarterback. And Joe Brady, he's going to look great when he's helping Josh Allen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I still like Allen and the Bills' offense and everything, but is it what is it? Super Bowl appearance or bust in Buffalo, or it's a disappointment?
That's kind of been the rule for a while now. Since we've proven that we can beat anybody in the regular season, and then in the postseason we just can't get by Kansas City. It does feel every year we have to make it to the Super Bowl.
And was it last year? Was that the Jaquan McMillan play? Was that Buffalo?
Yeah. That whole controversy.
Yep. Avery. Any players, any position groups? What do you want to see from your Panthers week 2 for them of preseason?
I want to see how much better Xavier Legette's gotten. I heard he's done really good in camp. Yeah, I want to see some of Jimmy Horn too.
I think I asked you.
Y'all must sound like him.
Avery just smoked a pack of Newports outside. I think I asked you, Avery, a couple weeks ago, had you given up on Legette, and your answer was no, right?
Yeah.
So where are you with Legette right now, Tony?
Man, I don't get too high or too low on any of these guys, but he hasn't done anything that's to say, hey, it's a turnaround. And he didn't do anything at the same time to just write his career off completely. So, again, that's a wait and see. I tell you, one person I'm ready to go see is he's going to be playing Jonathan Brooks, baby. Let's go.
Oh, I saw Jonathan Brooks, like the 26th ranked running back, which is not like for fantasy football. And are we ready to count on him to be the 20, which is what? You're like a flex guy or whatever? Like that I'm scared of that.
If he's healthy, it's going to be, you're going to get RB1 or 2 production, but it's just the question is he going to be there?
Is Chuba still there?
Chuba's struggling with a hamstring injury right now, but yeah, it's him and Chuba, and that's it. Like, I mean, they're not really AJ Dillon is on the team. You've got the Etienne, Trevor
Etienne.
I know. I saw somebody doing a short, and they were like Etienne, and I was like, are they talking about Etienne?
Did we get Etienne?
And then I was like, no, wait. No. He just actually just has watched football just long enough to know this kid's real new name.
I appreciate you being patient with Brooks. You hung around for Cameron Artis Payne for 7 years.
As to Roman Harper.
It's got to be frustrating, especially when it's not Brooks' fault, you know?
Yeah.
I'm pulling for him just like for himself to get out there and play.
Yeah, great talent. I mean, his numbers were comparable to Bijan Robinson's in college until he had that injury. I mean, he's an electric player. Even when he came in, he played one game for the Panthers, and he just looked the part, made some big plays, and then next week out for the season. So I hope he gets an opportunity. It's his first time he's even put the pads on in training camp since he's been in the NFL.
That's crazy. So I'm pulling for him. It'd be cool to see him have a good year. It'd be cool for the Panthers to have another. I mean, they had the McCaffrey era, but thinking back to D'Angelo and Stewart, the Panthers have had some really productive backs.
It just takes for any team that you follow is that you have to get some sort of star production out of a player that you don't just expect it from day one. Like, so for the Panthers to have a great season, you have to have Bryce Young playing well. You have to have Teteroa. You have to have these guys. But you just need somebody to not play well. You need a star to come out of nowhere, kind of like Larry Johnson with the Chiefs after Priest Holmes gets injured. He just comes in. You know, a guy that you think is going to, you hope produces, but just out-produces, and then it just brings, you know, you get just more juice from the squeeze.
Did anybody do that with Cam on offense in 2015 when you had the nobodies?
Ted Ginn.
Okay, yeah.
Ted Ginn was, I think he was close to 1,000-yard receiver.
There was Olsen there at that time?
Olsen?
Yeah.
Olsen was great.
Because other than that, there was a lot of randos.
No,
Philly.
Yeah.
Philly Brown.
Philly Brown. I mean, made these guys.
Fozzie. Just random names,
Jericho Cotchery.
Yeah.
I was thinking of this is the year before we had Jason Avant.
Oh, God. Yeah. Tony Dunn joining us. Tony, I saw a list of, they ranked like the number 2 wide receivers in tiers, and they were like, could be number 1 somewhere. T. Higgins and some guys. Old, but former number 1, it was like Stephon Diggs. The only player that had his own category, and I'm trying to remember what it was something like nobody knows him, but the fans absolutely love him and think he's awesome. Was Jalen Coker? He had his own tier on the list, which I thought was funny. But y'all are, excited about what he can do, right?
Another player that you want to kind of get, like I said, I won't say superstar, but
potential
just
breakout.
Yeah, I mean, undrafted free agent that then plays better than 75 to 80% of the drafted players at that position. Works his way to get a contract. I was really happy that the Panthers did this because he is on that restricted list or whatever, that you can get these guys when they're undrafted. You get exclusive rights. It's like the exclusive rights, whatever, and they pay them like the league minimum.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of these guys being allowed to hit free agency, this team gets like a discount bargain. What is it that you sign every year that you can get one player that goes on the
franchise tag?
Yeah, it's like a discount franchise tag, and the Panthers signed him. That I thought they were going to try to use that money to then go and do something else, but no, they sat down, took that time, and then negotiated a contract with him, multi-year contract. They think he's become more of a part of our offense than Xavier Legette has, and he wasn't drafted in the first round. He wasn't drafted at all. So yeah, he does get his own tier.
He's by himself. Are y'all live tonight during preseason games?
They might be doing Cody's might be doing the Friday free for all. We'll probably do a watch along for the preseason game tomorrow.
Yeah, okay. Panthers Bills coming up, and check them out Tuesdays on the C3 Panthers podcast. Tony, it's awesome to have football to talk about. We'll dive into some predictions soon, go through the divisions, talk some players.
Yeah, I need you to, and we can talk about this next week when I come on, is predict at what week we start. We're counting down to football in a sense right now, but when we get throughout the season, when do we make that switch? Like on a vacation where I've got 4 more days. I've got 4 more days of vacation, or I have this, and then you have that. There's 2 more days till I get home. when do we start counting down to there's only 4 weeks left of football?
Honestly, man.
Is that week 5?
Yeah, once you get out of September and it hits like the middle of October, you're like, man, this thing is flying by.
There's only 7 more weeks.
Yeah, especially in college. Enjoyed it, Tony.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate you, man. Let's take a break. We'll come back. Brian North joins us to talk high school, Panthers, and more when we return. Oh, ECU, forgot about them. We'll talk some Pirates football as a scrimmage coming up on Saturday. Big one for the QBs. We'll dive into it after this.
Hey Pirate Nation, Frank Etheridge here with First Flight Credit Union. Ready to save money on your current automobile loan? Right now, our road to savings couldn't be faster. At First Flight, we're making borrowing easy with our limited time auto refinance promotion. Apply today at one of our branches located in Greenville, Newbern, Havelock, Morehead City, and Cary to see how one of our experienced lenders can beat your current auto loan rate by 0.5%. All local residents are membership eligible. Terms and conditions do apply. First Flight is insured by the NCUA and an equal housing lender. Go Pirates.
This August, head on down to Capital Subaru of Greenville for the Subaru A Lot to Love event. Get behind the wheel of a select brand new 2026 Subaru Forester at Capital Subaru of Greenville. Get there now because rates as low as 1.9% APR are available for 36 months with approved credit. So don't hesitate. It's all happening right now at Capital Subaru of Greenville off Memorial Drive or online at capitalofgreenville.com. Hurry down to the lot today before this deal ends. Capital Subaru of Greenville, where your adventure begins. Price does not include tax, title, or registration fees. Offer expires August 31st, 2026.
The stifling heat of summer, the bitter cold of winter. What do they have in common? The extreme temperatures of both force your home's heating and cooling system to work overtime to keep you comfortable. And that can cost you a lot of money. Fortunately, your neighbors at Greenville Utilities have several ways you can save energy. And that means saving you money on your utility bills. Just go to GUC.com and look for ways to save. That's GUC.com.
Looking for the perfect bottle of wine or something a little more unique? Discover Simply Divine Oil and Wine in Arlington Village. With a huge selection of hand-picked wines and gourmet olive oils, there's something for every taste. Not sure what to choose? Kimberly and her expert team are always ready to guide you, answer your questions, and help you find your new favorite. Join the fun with wine tastings twice a month or test your knowledge at trivia every Thursday. Follow Simply Divine Oil and Wine on Facebook and Instagram to stay in the know. Simply Divine Oil and Wine. Elevate your pour.
Looking for your new favorite hangout spot? Come on down to the Doghouse Tavern, Aiden's veteran-owned crown jewel on 2nd Street. From open mic Mondays to music bingo Thursdays, there's always something happening. Enjoy daily drink specials, one of the best bar menus around, and live music that'll keep you coming back for more. Grab your friends, kick back, and support local at the Doghouse Tavern. Check us out on Facebook to see what's on tap this week. The Doghouse Tavern, where good times and great vibes live.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Jacob Jiggins Cowart, and the best place to go for custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items is University Sportswear. University Sportswear hit a home run for me when I needed my custom t-shirts. From start to finish, University Sportswear provided superior customer service and a quality product that cannot be beat. If your business, organization, or event needs t-shirts or promotional help, then you need University Sportswear. Visit universitysportswearenc.com for contact information. Go Pirates.
The biggest sporting event in the world, and a superior light beer to match it. Michelob Ultra. For every match, every goal, every superior play on the world's biggest stage. Because from the pitch to the pour, superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, official beer sponsor of the FIFA World Cup 26. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2026, Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
This is Caleb Reynolds, lead minister at Eastern Pines Church, and I'd love to invite you to join us this Sunday at 9 and 10:30 at 3380 Portertown Road in Greenville. At Eastern Pines Church, you'll find real people, uplifting worship, and a place where your family can grow in your faith. Come see what God is doing right here in Greenville. We'd love to welcome you home at Eastern Pines Church. Visit easternpineschurch.com for more information.
Church services brought to you by S&K Trapping, East Coast Grading, Gregory Pool, Driven Details, East Coast Access, Cardinal Lock and Key, and rentafishtank.com.
This is ECU Hall of Famer Junior Smith, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. The Pirate Radio app is available now. Powered by Carolina Caliber. Download the app today and have Pirate Radio at your fingertips. Now, back to the show.
And welcome back in. East Carolina Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is a family-run dealership that creates a family-like atmosphere for their customers. East Carolina Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has one of the biggest used car inventories in eastern North Carolina. Shop online today at eastcarolinachrysler.dodge.com. East Carolina Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Memorial Drive. Go Pirates! Now let's take it back in for the wrap-up of Hour 2. Here's Clip.
We did a whole NFL segment over a half hour and didn't mention Jayden Daniels, and that was not by design. I will admit, Jayden Daniels looks awful right now.
Yeah.
And not afraid to say it.
Did you see the kid's response today about it?
He has nothing to do with it. He was promised number 5. He should wear number 5.
They still had a whole presser about it.
I know.
Today.
Well, yeah, that's not on him. Again, it's on Brian Kelly's scum butt for promising it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Con artist, liar, salesman.
Perfect. Let's head out to the Turner Home Team live line. Joining us, Brian North, WCTI 12. Putting the final touches, maybe, on the Blitz. North, welcome in. Are you ready for the Blitz next week?
No, but, it's coaches will tell you the same thing. Players will always say they're ready, but no, we still got some things to fine-tune and tweak. We do have private schools playing tonight, so we'll get a little bit of a warm-up to get going, but I don't think you're ever ready. I worry a lot about the weather. I worry about, schools canceling for reasons I don't even know anymore. There's P tests that, if you don't pass those, you can't play. So things are always changing, so you always worry about what's going to mess up your plans. But, when it comes time to get out there next Friday, we'll be ready, and hopefully the weather cooperates.
I sent you the chart we were talking about a few weeks ago. Speaking of urine, did you test yourself? Where do you land on the Longhorn football hydration chart between championship hydration levels and you are a bad guy? 3 exclamation points.
Yeah, so I go to the old school chart of if you don't know, then if you don't pee, then you don't have to know, right? So I just find a way to skip it and get right out to practice. Just fall down, just scrape me off, and pour some pickle juice down the throat, and let's keep going. So,
North, we
championship attitude.
There we go. We a lot of segments I enjoy in August. It's preview season. Love talking to the opponent play-by-play voices that ECU will face on our Appliances Superstore opponent preview. We talk fantasy football, NFL, but man, I've really enjoyed talking to the area high school coaches, and I found a gym, and shame on me. I guess my excuse is it's just outside of Pitt County, there in Greene County, but Rams coach Jay Wilson, I saw a couple interviews with him on Facebook, and I was like, man, I got to get this guy on, and he was great to talk to. I could see why he's been around there so long and why the folks there like him, but he was good. I'll be pulling for the Rams this year, but Jay Wilson was a fun one to talk to, North.
Oh man, he's been a hyper guy for a long time now, and he'll tell you he's getting up there in years. But he's a Wayne County product, and he was an assistant coach at Kinston. He was always the hype man over there. He'd do the PA, and that's really how I got to know him. Was not as a coach, but he was the PA guy for basketball games at first Kinston and then at Green City.
I could see that for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, and he's that guy who gets the crowd hyped up while people are playing. Like, he does not shut up when they're playing. He's talking whether it's happening. So, but then you get him and you interview him as a coach, and you get him in huddles on the sidelines. He is obviously one of our favorites to walk up to the huddle and just hear what inspirational thing he's going to say. One year he carried a shovel every game. They were digging themselves out or burying opponents or something. He always had something. Coached his son the last couple of years, and that was fun to watch. And he'll tell you he's getting older. Doesn't know how long he's going to do it anymore. But high school football would be worse without him, at least from a TV standpoint, because he is a dynamic character and makes good TV for us.
Had Ron Cook on in studio this week. Had no idea, Brian, and I've chatted with him before, but did not know he was a Virginia Tech Hokie and was part of that game where they blew out the Pirates on Thursday Night Football in the Mike Vick, David Garrard game.
Yes, yeah, that's when I first met him. That's the first thing we talked about, was being a Hampton Roads guy and coming up with all those athletes and playing with Michael Vick, and then he ended his career. What was it, Old Dominion? Is that where?
It was Delaware, I think he said.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe that's right. And so, but no, Ron's been an interesting guy. The people he knows and the places he's been coaching, and look, he's done a great job at Farmville. He's really got that program back into a legitimate contention every year and rebuilt the program. And that's what they needed there. But no, Ron's got some great stories about who he played with coming up through right up the road.
Yeah, I asked Ryan Bowie at South Central, with the dynasty that Chris Cherry had built there in basketball, with the girls basketball, with all the great athletics, like, does he feel pressure? And he admitted that, he wants to hold up his end of the bargain. And I asked Ron Cook the same question, and he was like, nah, look at what we've done, since I've been there. And he's right. And also went back and talked about how he heard the stories about how good Farmville Central was, in the 90s, and it was not always, basket. It was a football school, and I don't know. I just enjoy talking to these guys. They've all got stories, and as Jay Wilson said, it's kind of the last pure form. Even though we're getting away from that some, Brian, with the chats we've had, but it is kind of the last pure form of football these guys will play.
And from a media standpoint, it's the last pure form of they'll just talk to you, and it's not scheduled media conferences, and they'll tell you, they'll be honest with you, and no, it's a lot of fun. And these guys are great. For Ron Cook, that Dixon Sauls is still on the sideline.
Yeah,
that's
awesome.
The past, and he knows all those guys. So no, we're starting to lose it now. Seeing more transfers than we've ever had before. We're seeing kids have their own photographers show up to their own games just to shoot them. I mean, there's going to come a point it's going to change, but right now, for us media types, it is still a lot of fun because I don't want to say the word appreciated, but we still matter to those entities. They still appreciate when we show up and like what we do and seek out our coverage. I'm not sure if other levels seek out and want to watch our coverage. I don't think they care anymore. And it kind of matters that when you know somebody, you're working hard at something and it's appreciated by someone, it makes you want to keep doing it. And I don't know if we see that at levels that we used to see back in the day.
Saw North a couple of times this week out at East Carolina as Blake Harrell spoke on Monday to the media and the coordinators midweek. And Brian, we're seeing 8-4 for ECU, 9-3, and we still got a quarterback to name, and also two new coordinators with some familiarity. There is a lot of newness, and are we overlooking that, or we're getting a guy in Jordan Davis that was on the staff for the highest powered offense in the nation last year? We're getting a new defensive coordinator, but Blake Harrell's defense was good. Blake Harrell and Josh Aldridge's defense is good, so Blake Harrell and Jordan Hankins' defense should be good, right? So, what's your take on the new coordinators, and are we, not talking about that enough, where ECU may struggle? How do you feel about it?
Yeah, so I think when you look on the surface, you got one starter back on offense, two back on defense. You immediately say, you're in trouble. But 28 returning lettermen. I know Blake Harrell's addressed that, so there is some chemistry there. The new thing is they've learned how to microwave these seasons. I think the key number that you see with ECU is they had everybody in January. There's been very few additions to the team since January, maybe some true freshmen coming in, but a lot of them enrolled in January as well. So that's now the new model is, okay, season finishes, you have everybody in by January, and you start building that chemistry from there. And so the quarterbacks have some pedigree. They've played, so that they can play the game. This is not a situation where they haven't been tested in a college football game. So I think you'll be okay there. Your offensive coordinator's from the conference, so he knows what you're doing and the style of football and the caliber of athlete you're going to have. Same thing with the defensive coordinator. So there's familiarity there. But I just think the coaches who have learned how to microwave it quickly from January, get everything in place in January, and then go forward, I think you have a pretty good chance. Now, looking at the schedule, it's a winnable schedule. I'm not saying they're going to win them all, but when you look at it, there's nobody outside, even Alabama. I mean, I don't think you're intimidated, and people will put too much focus on that one game. But once you get past Alabama, every game is certainly winnable, and I can't make a case where they're going to get beat handily by anybody else on their schedule. So, having said that, yeah, I can see that, but you don't know the chemistry until you see it on the field. And they think their chemistry is good because of the January microwaving. Now we've got to see it on full stadiums on Saturdays.
Brian North joining us. North, starting to look at, who is. I see a lot of group of 6, group of 5, whatever polls as far as who's going to be representing those guys in the college football playoff. And you see some American names. You also see some names from other conferences. Pop quiz, Brian. Is UNLV in the Mountain West or Pac-12?
I don't know. I didn't even know the Pac-12 had a team until we had a guy from Havelock who was playing in UConn. All of a sudden transferred, followed Jim Moore Jr. to Colorado.
Oh, yeah.
And Colorado State to the Pac-12. I'm like, when the hell did that happen?
So everybody you think is in the Mountain West is now in the Pac-12, other than New Mexico and UNLV. And also, this is crazy. I mean, I've been talking about it quite a bit, but fans are going to be like shocked when they see and you know who's in what conference. But the Mountain West, I hate this more than just about any realignment thing I've seen. Northern Illinois is in the Mountain West. Why do we got to break up the MAC, Brian? We had a great thing going with the MAC, but also, and I'm intrigued by this, North Dakota State doing the App State jump up to the FBS. They have been a machine, a power, and I'm interested to see how they fare. And they've had their fair share of FBS wins, but the Bison take a step up in the FBS in the Mountain West.
One of JMU's foils through the years, you know, playing in the Fargo Dome and how good they've been at that level. And they are fanatic, passionate about their football in North Dakota, in Fargo, in that area. So that's going to be awesome. I'm glad they finally made the jump because they've been ready for a while. They have the money, they have the facilities, they have all that stuff, and now they're going to make that jump. So I'm curious to see how they do. But no, they love that. That's good. They're going to be a factor right away because of how good they are.
Got more Panthers football coming up this weekend. They'll help Buffalo open up the new stadium. Brian, coming up on Saturday. You following anything from a preseason standpoint at all? Any players to keep an eye on? Any teams? Anything you're interested in?
Yeah, we're always. I know our local guys, of course. I'm sure you guys documented this week with Cornell Powell and Isaiah Winston coming out with the Steelers late. That's not great for them. But Contavious Street, I didn't know he was with the Bears until last week, and so he's trying to make the defensive line with the Bears right now. Somebody listed him as the 48th best player on the team. You know, the top 53 make it. So we'll see if he has a chance to make the Bears defensive line. Obviously, Javonte Williams coming off his career best year of 1,201 yards rushing with the Cowboys, and you won't see much of him in the preseason. But you know, was he a one-trick pony with Dallas? We know Schottenheimer loves to run the ball, so I'm curious to see how Javonte responds after one really good year in the NFL and can kind of build on that with what they have going on in Dallas. So those are the big things. Mikey Hughes is still with the Falcons. Looks like he'll have a spot solidified in the secondary with Atlanta. It's just a matter of how much longer he has there, because it looks like they're trying to make some changes and stuff too. So those are the main ones that we're looking at right now. I'm trying to think if we have anybody else. Oh, we've got Zion Wilson and the Eagles camp. And they gave him a lot of money just to be a roster cut. So I'm curious to see how he does up there. We're keeping an eye on him out of Northside Beaufort County.
And looks like might be talking to C.J. Wilson coming up next week as we're booking guests as we talk to Brian North. Talk some North Pitt football with C.J. next week. North, I saw a list, and anybody can make a list, but this was from... Let me pull it up real quick. I want to see how many of these guys you either saw play or recognize. The Elite 12, Carolina High School Hub, best running backs of all time from North Carolina. So a lot of these guys are in the West, but Elijah Hood, you remember him from North Carolina, was at the top of the list. Ironically, I sent this list to Mully because he was the fullback for Brian Knuckles at West Charlotte in 1992. And that's the only other place I've heard Brian Knuckles' name. Mully said it, so yeah, he's number 2 on the list. Todd Gurley, number 4. You saw him in high school, right, Brian?
Oh, yeah, well, he was. I always say I've never seen a high school football player almost single-handedly carry a team to a state championship. It's hard in high school football, but he was playing defensive end, running back. I think he was doing some special team stuff. But his senior year, he single-handedly carried Tarboro to that championship, and that's a guy who barely played his sophomore year. And then he was good his junior year. He really busted out that year. But no, Todd Gurley, one of the best I ever saw.
Ryan Houston went to Butler, but I do remember him at North Carolina. T.A. McClendon, Albemarle. You probably didn't see him in high school, didn't you, Brian?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Saw him. They played Wallace Rose Hill in a couple championships.
Oh, okay. Cool.
And I think he had 6 touchdowns in one. No, he was a bad man. He was a big man and a bad man. And I remember him coming one time against Wallace Rose Hill up to the goal line, and the guy was trying to come and take him out from the side, and he literally stopped at a dime, matadored the guy. The guy went flying by, and then he took one casual step into the end zone. So, no, he was good, but he was one of those guys, he was the cautionary tale of way too many carries in high school, and by the time he got to college, didn't take care of himself the right way, and he was done by the end of his, junior or senior year at NC State.
I was going to say, kind of Maurice Claret-ish, where, like, if he could have gone pro after his first or second year, he would have been a, second-round pick or something probably. Did you ever see Zamir White at Scotland County? I didn't know he was from North Carolina.
Yeah, I saw him in one game. Yeah, he was good. Just on one time, I think against New Bern in the playoffs. Yep.
Dominique Lindsay, we remember his work at East Carolina. He was a Charlotte guy.
He played at Independence and New Bern in a couple of state championship games.
Tony Baker, I remember that name from NC State. I don't know if you ever saw him. Ragsdale, I don't know where that is.
Yeah, that's out past Winston-Salem. I did not see him play in high school. Heard of him before he got to state, but never saw him play.
So, obvious, name not up there for me is, I would say, Aundrae Brown from Rose. Like any other, and look, there's a million you could say, Brown, but what running backs off the top of your head would you like to see on that list?
Yeah, Montario Hardest.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
He was a phenomenal, went to Tennessee and had a good career, had a few injuries, but ended up playing the NFL for a couple of years with the Browns. But
him and Devon Drew together, right, Brian?
Yeah, he was a sophomore when Devon was a senior.
Okay,
so,
gotcha.
In fact, in that game against Independence, Dominique Lindsay, Chris Leak was the quarterback. One of the championship games I ever saw. It was Montario Hardesty who fumbled a kickoff. They were going back and forth, scoring on each other, and it was Montario Hardesty, a fourth quarter fumble and kickoff, turned the tide of that game and let Independence win their, I don't even remember what that was, their fourth straight state championship. But it was New Bern who ended up ending that streak several years later. But Montario certainly jumps out on the list. Aundrae Brown certainly was one of the best I ever saw.
I'll be a homer real quick and just say Jamie Wilson from D.H. Conley, also a Pirate. But, yeah.
He was great. Jonathan Williams was pretty dang good.
Yeah, he was a man. Rose had for a time there. Just they had like a Broncos thing going. Every 1,000-yard rusher, different guy every year, pretty much. But North, good walk down memory lane, and looking forward to watching the Blitz coming up next week and getting into high school football. Appreciate you joining us today, man. Have a fantastic weekend.
All right, you too, Clipper.
Brian North joining us, Turner Home Team Live Line. We'll take a break, come back, hour 3. A-Harp, the Schnappa, is here to talk Pirate football with us. Morgan Ahlers is probable, if his plane has landed, we'll talk to him. And a special guest. We have not heard this man's voice or seen this man's face in a long time in these Pirate Radio studios. And I'm not going to tell you who it is. You're going to have to wait to find out who else will be joining us in hour number 3. Back with you, Pirate Radio Live, after this.
Save the date for the biggest party of the football season. Join Pirate Radio on Thursday, September 10th for the annual Pirate Radio Football Kickoff Party, powered by Bud Light. It's a night of great music, great friends, and pirate pride as the party returns to the Hilton Greenville and Greenville Boulevard. This year's special guest is ECU legend and Super Bowl champion Linval Joseph.
Ball's out, picked up by the Vikings. Joseph, can he win this long foot race? Linval Joseph, no flags, touchdown Minnesota.
Come welcome Linval back to Greenville, then dance the night away with live music from Trainwreck. Stay tuned to Pirate Radio for your chance to score free tickets to the party of the year, the Pirate Radio Football Kickoff Party, powered by Bud Light, Thursday, September 10th.
And Jacobs is knocked back, and he didn't make it, and it was Linval Joseph.
Party like a pirate with Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
The crack of the bat. The crowd roars. Baseball is back in Kinston's historic Granger Stadium. Come cheer on your Down East Bird Dogs.
Come cheer on your Down East Bird Dogs this Tuesday through Sunday inside Kinston's historic Granger Stadium. Find your tickets and game day information at downeastbirddogs.com. That's downeastbird, DAWGS.com.
The bases covered when it comes to having fun. Watch the Down East Bird Dogs play.
Is your car making strange noises, or that check engine light still won't go away? At Bell's Fork Truck and Auto Service in Greenville, we take the stress out of car care, from quick oil changes to full service repairs. And diesel truck service too. Our certified technicians deliver high quality work without the high dealership prices. No guesswork, no pressure. Just honest, dependable service to get you back on the road with confidence. Don't let a small issue turn into a costly repair. Stop by today or schedule your service now. Bell's Fork Truck and Auto Service, keeping Greenville moving.
Get ready, Greenville. Free Boot Friday is back, presented by Brightspeed, and only in downtown Greenville. Join us as we kick off the season September 11th. Enjoy the cool beach tunes from the Embers from 5:30 to 8:30 at the 5 Points Plaza. And we'll have plenty of ice-cold beer, wine, and seltzers from Carolina Eagle, Sup Crushes from Crush Distillery, the New Look Kids Zone, and local food trucks. Come celebrate the start of football season with us in downtown Greenville with Free Boot Friday. For more information, follow the Downtown Greenville Partnership on Facebook and Instagram.
This summer, the heat is on, and the savings are even hotter at East Carolina Chrysler Dodge Jeep. Save big on 2026 Ram trucks. Save up to 25% off select 2026 Ram 1500s. That's a savings of up to $23,863 off sticker price. Need heavy-duty power? Save up to $12,000 on a 2026 Ram 2500 or 3500 heavy-duty with a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. And check out the Jeep savings. Save up to $8,000 on a 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee, America's most awarded SUV. Save up to $12,000 on a 2026 Jeep Gladiator and save up to $11,000 on a 2026 Jeep Wrangler. The weather isn't the only thing that's hot this summer. It's the Make This the Summer event at East Carolina Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
East Carolina Chrysler Dodge Jeep, across from the Cockerell in Greenville. Come see us!
Tax tags at $8.99 admin fee not included. See dealer for details.
Overtime Tavern is the place to be for great food, cold drinks, and all your game day action with over 10 TVs. Swing in today and try a mouth-watering burger, glizzies, wings, or check out their daily specials featuring some of the best items on the menu. OT's has a weekly lineup of entertainment starting Tuesday with Singo, Wednesday is sports trivia with Clip Brock, and Thursday's local acoustic acts playing the tunes. OT's is located on Charles Boulevard across from the Sheets and is open daily from 11 a.m. to midnight. There's always time on the clock at Overtime Tavern.
What's better than exploring downtown Washington? Tasting it. Join a food tour with Forks of Little Washington and discover the local flavor. Stroll the historic waterfront and enjoy delicious bites from some of the town's favorite restaurants and specialty shops. Food tours combine great food, local history, and unforgettable stories into one delicious experience. Whether you're a foodie, a visitor, or a local looking for a new adventure, there's no better way to experience Washington. For pricing and reservations, visit forksoflittlewashington.com. Brought to you by visitwashingtonnc.com.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, W224EI Greenville, WDLX Washington, and W281CH Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
And welcome back in. At NC On Point, experience the thrill of professionally guided quail, chukar, pheasant, and even duck hunts on one of North Carolina's premier hunting preserves. Whether you are a seasoned hunter or heading to the field for the very first time, they can make that day an unforgettable one. So gather your friends, book your hunt, and start making memories that last a lifetime. Visit nconpoint.com today. Go Pirates! Now, let's take it back in for the start of this final hour. Here's Cliff.
All right, no J-Bone today. Jackson and Avery have done a fantastic job to this point. Producing our program, Clip Rock here with you. To my left, we've got the Schnappa, Alex Harper. What's up, A-Harp?
What's up, man?
Good to see you, buddy. We'll talk some football with you, ECU, and a little NFL. And what a pleasant surprise that we were outside, Mark Chandler and I, yucking it up. And you know how when it's like really hot, you're in the desert, you think you see a mirage from a distance? And we were like, is that? I know that ain't who I think it is. He got closer and closer, and by God, it is Nick.
Yeah.
Nick. What's up, Nick Bass?
Why is that so quiet? It's great. Hi. Nice to be back.
Why is that so quiet? It's great. Hi, nice to be back. You are the same Nick you've always been.
Put that
Haven't
on a
changed, haven't
T-shirt.
changed.
You're the opposite of, was it Kevin from The Office? Why say more words when less word do trick? You say way more words than you need to.
He's a great communicator.
That he is. We will see what's going on with Nick. They're calling him Mr. Blue Collar these days, I hear. We'll talk to Nick coming up in a little bit. We go out to the Turner Home Team live line. DJ Captain Morgan joining us. Morg, how you doing today, man?
What is going on, Clip, Brock, and crew? It is hot. I'm back in North Carolina. Life's good.
Are we really 1 week away from the high school huddle, Morgan Ahlers?
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of interesting things happening in high school football. Of course, the final jamborees and preseason tune-ups kicking off this week in earnest. And then next week, opening week of high school football. And excited. I know the coaches and players are, fans are, and looking forward to the high school huddle starting at 6 o'clock next Friday. Also, D.H. Conley, they're going to be on the road, I believe, at Laney next week. So the Conley game of the week on Pirate Radio kicks off as well.
I have talked to 6 area high school coaches, planning on making 7 next week with former Pirate C.J. Wilson, and also have an assistant coach lined up, Morgan, former Pirate Jeremy Lewis, who was at South Central. So I've really enjoyed those chats. I talked about it with North earlier, but I saw Jay Wilson from Green Central, and shame on me for not knowing he's been there for 10 years, but saw him on a couple interviews. Very entertaining guy, and talked to him and Ron Cook this week. But all these guys, man, they're great guys. They all have stories, and there's just something about those Friday nights, man. I really enjoyed catching up with those guys, and you'll talk to the area coaches each week on the high school huddle.
Yeah, looking forward to that. You know, it's Friday nights are just special when if you're playing, if you're a parent, or you're just a high school student. It's just a great time in your life, and get a chance to go out there on Friday nights under the lights. And this time of year, it's hot. It's football season's kind of funny because you get out there in August and it's 100 degrees, and then by the time you're done, you're out there and there's frost on the ground. It's just a really cool dynamic, and I love high school football. I'm looking forward to talking to everybody about it on Friday nights for the Friday Night High School Huddle.
Morgan Ahlers joining us, excited for Pirate football as well as the first scrimmage coming up on a Saturday. And look, we love long snappers more than anybody. Alex, not the toughest physical job during a scrimmage, I would imagine, you snapping the ball. But do you remember did the environment pick up when you get out there playing against each other?
When?
For the first scrimmage of fall camp.
Oh, first scrimmage of fall camp.
Maybe that was my fault.
No,
you were lost.
My fault. Yeah, first scrimmage is a huge time because it's, first scrimmage of fall camp. It's your full contact, full go. It's one of the last opportunities to show the coaches what you got, solidify what role you're going to have on the team, and kind of gets those competitive juices flowing for the upcoming season.
So Jordan Hankins, defensive coordinator, was asked, how important it is, and he said just as important as the practice we just had. He went with the every day, every rep, every moment is important. That was Jordan Hankins. Can we hear Jordan Davis, Jackson, when he was asked by Brian Bailey the other day, how important are the 2 preseason scrimmages, first one coming up Saturday, cut 8?
I think nowadays in college football, these scrimmages are different. You have so many new guys and new faces. It's like you need every single scrimmage and live situation you can get because there's so many new guys being put in every situation right here. I don't think it's 3 or 4 years ago where you're sitting all your good guys for a scrimmage or two. We got to see what these guys can do, and we got to figure out different personnels, and we got to get the right guys on the field. And the more football we can play right now, the better.
And, Morgan, Holt, as he was a veteran, it didn't see much action in the scrimmage. But I do wonder, even if you had a returning quarterback like that, would we see him in these scrimmages more? Because you've got to integrate new offensive linemen from the portal and new receivers from the portal. So everybody trying to get on the same page here. We'll definitely see the 2 quarterbacks vying for the starting spot coming up Saturday and see if there's any separation between the 2.
Yeah, I think that it's going to be really important tomorrow. And usually the first scrimmage tends to be, even in the spring, tends to be more defensive oriented just because there's a lot of gelling that has to happen offensively. But the second week, generally the offense maybe has the advantage a little bit. So we'll see what happens. But I think you've got two really talented quarterbacks. You've got an outstanding offensive coordinator, some guys that can really go out there and catch it. And I think it's going to be big week for the offensive line to see how they mesh together. And from what I've heard and what I've been told, they seem to be doing really well. So, it's going to be a good morning tomorrow.
Morgan Ahlers joining us, Turner Home Team Live Line. Let's hear Blake Harrell for Jackson. He was asked, and now the guys have been in pads. This was back on Monday. What he wanted to see from the first full day of pads.
Thank you for the question. Is there tackling? I just think, like, when you're a thud, you can get some good tackles in there, square guys up. But if you're reaching from the side, we talked to our guys about safety and practicing like pros and keeping guys off the ground and making sure we get good reps in. And then all of a sudden you get tired in practice and just kind of lean on guys instead of bending your knees and being explosive. So we got to continue to do that on both sides of football. Up front, I think we just kind of lean at the end of practice. So we got to come out of our knees and be explosive there. And same thing defensively is let our hips loose and go tackle.
I mean, you can have freak injuries in all sports, Alex, the non-contact stuff, but like football is such a brutal game. You want to avoid those physical contact injuries during camp, but it's a balance. You got to practice it. So, what's that like, balancing that?
There's no way to replicate game reps other than going full go live.
Yeah.
And just like you said, a lot of the major injuries that we see are non-contact, like the ACL, knee injuries, kind of injuries, and like shoulder stuff that can happen when you're not going full contact. So I think a lot of coaches share this opinion. I don't think tackling full live, I don't think it's as dangerous as people might say it will.
Yeah.
I like that Coach Harrell talked about tackling, wanted to see good tackling in the scrimmage, but also something that's important is the mental mistakes and the pre-snap alignments, not having any penalties. With it being a full go scrimmage, temperature's heating up, it's more violent, getting tired at the end. So you want to erase those mental mistakes and have a clean scrimmage too.
Morgan Ahlers, let's hear Jordan Davis 13. We'll hit on another topic here, and that's holding on to the football and players playing for positions right now. Here in Michael Allen is turning heads at running back. Ashton Gray could be the guy at running back, and Jordan Davis, cut 13, was asked about Ashton Gray.
He's been doing really good. He needs to be a little bit more consistent. I thought he put the ball on the ground, today in the red zone period that could have hurt us. He got back on it, but just a little bit more consistency from him. But you guys know when he flashes, he flashes. He can be a really, really good running back in this conference. So we're excited about Ashton.
Really excited about the running back room, Morgan, and hell, could be adding Marlon Gunn with this new rule. But Ashton Gray comes in with some hype. Michael Allen, the local kid, coaches have raved about him during this offseason. And then you got the returners, Engelman and Lacey. That seems to be a position of strength for this ECU team, and we'll see if Gray or Allen or, heck, maybe one of the returners is the guy, Morgan.
This could be one of those years that you see a lot of people start to step up. You might have one person or two, but you might have three or four, and eventually after week 2 or 3, it narrows down to really a top 2, and that's what you want. There's a lot of talent in there. There's a lot of guys with some speed, some breakaway speed, and some raw power, which is what you're looking for as a coach. But you got to take care of the football. You heard Coach talk about it right there. That hold on here, guys. I am parking the car as we.
Hey, safety first.
Into town.
Yeah,
safety first. But these guys, they got to hold on to the football because you can't turn it over. You darn sure can't turn it over in the red zone. You work too hard to get it down there, and that's something that coaches really work on. No matter how good, how fast you are, how big you are, how strong you are. You fumble the football, you're not going to be able to touch that football very long if you keep doing it.
Rajay said the ones at practice hurt more because it was like, letting the guy, they're trying to have a clean practice. And, what does that affect him in a game? If he fumbles once in a game, he's likely going to hit the field again. If he fumbles at practice, it could get in your head. Another guy could step up. So he told us that yesterday.
Protecting that chicken is a must.
Protecting that chicken is a must.
One of the worst things that you can hear during a team period in football practice is that whistle blowing earlier than you're expecting it to.
Alex, you had no bad snaps during games that I can recall. Did you have one in practice that you got chewed out for? Go ahead and brag and say
one
no.
or two. I had one or two. I got chewed out by Mike once. So
nice.
That wasn't very fun. But
did you feel like a real football player at that point?
No, because it was my first year. So I was trying to just get on the field.
Did Coach Ahlers ever chew you out back in the day?
A time or two.
Dude, I didn't need to chew anybody out. We're 6, 7, 8-year-old football averaging 45 a game and giving up 12. We were rolling. We were a machine.
Cliff, that team had like 12 kids on it, and looking back, I think either 6 or 7 of those players played Division I sports in some capacity.
Damn. Coach him up. Coach him up, Morgan.
That offensive sophistication.
Hey, Holt, go do this. Or was that who else was on it? Do you remember? Like any names we would recognize?
So Grant Charles Jarman was on that team.
Oh,
he, I believe, at one point was committed to play quarterback here and ended up playing baseball at UNC Greensboro.
Mm-hmm.
Ben Harris, former JH Rose wide receiver, who went to Charleston Southern.
Nice.
I think to play wide receiver.
Yeah.
Holton was on that team. Pfeiffer Osmick was on that team. He played at Campbell. His brother Jarrett is the director of media.
Recognize the last name.
Football.
Morgan had a squad out there. That's awesome. All right.
Fair.
We had Richard Allsburg's son Jackson was on that team.
Oh, cool.
And he was our center. We would run the center sneak, and it was awesome seeing him head down the field.
Alex?
That was me, Coach.
No, that wasn't you. That was Butkus. Your nickname was not Butkus. You were out there, and I put you there a little bit. We put wide receiver. Had your running back once or twice.
Yeah.
No. Really?
Did. Yep.
It must have not been for very long. I don't have the breakaway speed.
I figured out you struggled running.
Morgan saw Mike Allstott highlights and said, Alex Harper's going to be my Allstott, and didn't quite work out. All right. Hey, Morg, enjoyed it, man, and we will talk more Pirate football with you coming up. You got anything booked for the weekends, or are you clear till football?
Well, I'm actually, like I said, we would have been on a cruise all week. I
nice.
Literally have just walked in the door from being on a cruise, and let me tell you this. This is true story today. First time this has ever happened. We're flying in from Charlotte to Raleigh. Get in the plane in Charlotte. Load up the plane. Get ready to leave, and then the pilot comes on and says, "Ladies and gentlemen, we have to leave the plane. We've got a cut in the tire. We have to change the tire. Can't do it with people on the plane, so we got to leave. So it takes an hour to get fixed. Okay, no big deal. Flying into Raleigh. Okay, we're literally getting ready to land. I'm talking about wheels almost on the ground. And, I mean, you know how the plane sort of flares up? And all of a sudden, he gives it full power and takes off again. I'm like, what in the world just happened? We go... And everybody's like kind of freaking out a little bit, but apparently he comes on and says we almost had a bird strike. There was a flock of geese or birds.
Oh no, that took down Sully Sullenberger.
That's exactly right. And he turned that thing up in the air and almost went straight up and took it to about 18,000 feet, looped around Raleigh, and came and landed fine. But kind of interesting afternoon.
That's I would be scared. This is some Final Destination stuff going on with Morg. Hey, glad you made it.
We're getting ready to land. She says, "Don't bad things happen in threes." I said, "Shut up."
By the way, I just saw this, Morgan, and anybody else who has a significant other. Nick, you can sit this one out. Adam Schefter tweeted, "We're 6 months away." Is that right? September, October, November, December. Yeah, from the first ever Super Bowl on Valentine's Day. How about that?
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So decisions will have to be made that evening. Morg, thanks for joining us, man.
Thanks a lot, guys. Talk with you next week.
All right.
See you, Coach.
There is DJ Captain Morgan joining us. Joey. What's up, Joey? Love you, buddy. Said the Dolphins are whooping the Commanders tonight. I asked Joey, has he ever seen the 2009 documentary, The Cove? Anybody heard of that? Seen it?
Have not.
Nope. It's about these people that just kill a bunch of dolphins.
Oh.
And
so horrible people.
Yeah, it's
dolphins are dope.
It's pretty sad. But, yeah, check that out, Joey. That's going to be a preview of tonight. I hope A-Chain ain't playing. My daughter's birthday is February 13th, so that gets a lot of the focus around Valentine's Day. Obviously, I do stuff for Valentine's Day, but, like, if her birthday was July 13th, I feel like more focus we put on.
I hate Valentine's Day, dude. I love my fiance Allison to death. Awesome. I think the holiday sucks.
And really, if you are a good guy like you are, you know, every day is kind of Valentine's.
Yeah, it's like, you know, why do we need an occasion to express our love for one another? Why can't you show your significant other love the whole year? And they just create a day where everything is like colored red and pink.
Nick, you hadn't been on the show.
Flowers are 20% more expensive.
I haven't talked to you in a long time, man. Do you know the feeling of being loved?
What?
Nick,
I've been back for about 2 hours.
Nick, I seriously miss you, man. You put a smile on my face.
I'm glad I can do that for you.
Yeah. I miss beating you down and then bringing you back up.
I'm still waiting on that second part.
Oh, man.
You are terrible!
I am terrible. Let's take a break. We'll come back. Hey, we'll catch up with Nick. We'll talk some football with Harper. We'll get our Simply Divine Oil and Wine best of. Linval Joseph, our special guest at the Pirate Radio football kickoff party. Ellerby had a great conversation with him yesterday. Check it out. Watch it in its entirety on YouTube. But we'll hear some of that as well as we roll on a Football Friday edition of Pirate Radio Live after this.
The NU in New Blue stands for Next Up, and with their Next Up mentality, they are staying hungry to go the extra mile just for you, humbly learning through continuous training and a commitment to remain focused on working smart to deliver a new level of service excellence. Next Up means doing the small things right because your home deserves it. Whether it's plumbing, electrical, or HVAC issues, New Blue is next up and ready to help. Visit callnublue.com or call 252-228-5855. New Blue Service Group, redefining service excellence. Go Pirates!
Hi, I'm Shay Asby.
And I'm Beth Everett.
At NC On Point, experience the thrill of professionally guided quail, chucker, pheasant, and even duck hunts on one of North Carolina's premier hunting preserves. Whether you're a seasoned hunter or headed to the field for the very first time, we can make that day an unforgettable one. Don't have a bird dog? We've got you covered. Our experienced guides hunt with professionally trained bird dogs and a comfortable on-site lodge that lets you unwind after an incredible day in the field.
So gather your friends, book your hunt, and start making memories that last a lifetime. Visit nconpoint.com today. Go Pirates!
College is hectic, but where you live shouldn't be. At Pirates Cove, you get your own quiet space and private bathroom. With 2 pools, a fitness center, EV chargers, the only student property with a new soccer mini pitch field, a business room for focus, and a quick ride to campus. No dorms, no drama, just the lifestyle you're looking for. Pirates Cove isn't just where you stay, it's where you live.
Pepper, oh no, they didn't! Papa John's just took their signature pepperoni and hand-stuffed it inside that garlic-kissed crust. Oh, now that's an epic pepperoni stuffed crust pizza like no mouth has ever seen.
The Epic Pepperoni Stuffed Crust Pizza is back for only $14.99. The Epic Pepperoni Stuffed Crust Pizza made from original fresh dough, hand-stuffed with cheese and signature pepperoni, and baked into a garlicky seasoned crust. Order at papajohns.com. Go Pirates!
This is proud ECU alumni David Price of David Price Construction. As a leading general contracting firm, we specialize in commercial construction and renovation. Whether it's updating your office space, renovating your restaurant, or building a new retail store, our team at David Price Construction is ready to assist. We are committed to delivering quality, value, and customer satisfaction across all of our projects. So give us a call at 919-820-3612 or find us online at davidpriceconstruction.com. Go Pirates!
For pest control that packs a punch, BAM! Call on the experts at BAM Pest Control. Attention Greenville, BAM Pest Control is here to protect what matters most. Whether it's your business, your home, or your peace of mind. They don't just eliminate pests, they knock them out. BAM Pest Control is #1 in insect control, rodent control, and yard services like fire ants and mosquitoes. BAM! You're insect-free, safe, and comfortable. Call the experts at BAM Pest Control on Hooker Road in Greenville. 252-751-3160. BAM!
This is Talbot Green with Integrity Home Mortgage. I'm excited to welcome 2 new additions to our team, Drew Green and Michael Holt. At Integrity Home Mortgage, we'll review your options, answer your questions, and help you find the loan that's right for you. No pressure, no obligation, just trusted local experts working for you. Call the Integrity Home Mortgage team of Talbot Green, Braxton Green, Drew Green, Michael Holt, and Joanne Weir at 714-2076.
Integrity Home Mortgage Corporation is an equal housing lender. MMLS 208516.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Dixon Williams, and the best place to go for custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items is University Sportswear. University Sportswear hit a home run for me when I needed my custom shirts. From start to finish, University Sportswear provided superior customer service and a quality product that cannot be beat. If your business, organization, or event needs t-shirts or promotional help, then you need University Sportswear. Visit universitysportswearenc.com for contact information. Go Pirates.
What's going on, guys? This is Inky Johnson. You're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
And welcome back in. Tiebreakers is open every day at 11 a.m. and is the best place to watch your favorite sports while enjoying the best wings in town, sandwiches, appetizers, cold beer, and more. Follow Tiebreakers on Facebook and Instagram for daily updates. Tiebreakers, 2 locations in Greenville at Bells Fork and Greenville Boulevard, and 1 in Winterville on Railroad Street. Now let's take it back in. Here's Cliff.
All right, Jackman doing an awesome job today. Intern Avery. It's about that time, so stand by. The Schnappa, Alex Harper, is here, and Nick Bass is here. Canes Prospects. How's Canes Prospects going, Nick?
Pretty well. I've been posting a lot more recently because preseasons are starting, and I look like a psychopath in the gym. I have Russian preseason hockey on my phone doing cardio. It's kind of funny.
I was going to say, where is preseason starting? And I think you answered my question.
Yeah, Russia mainly. Sweden a little bit.
All right. Great to have you here. What are you doing here?
I moved back in a week ago, and I was supposed to talk to Ellerby about something for game days, and the one day I decided to show up, he isn't here.
All right. It's pretty much like unofficially official. Can I ask you on the air, will you be a part of Pirate Radio game days?
Yeah. As long as everything is still clear from this summer and nothing has changed, I will be here game days, yeah.
That is awesome. I really enjoyed watching football with you, talking football. And, yeah, I'm excited you're going to be here with us on the weekends.
You just want me to pay for pizza again.
I mean, that always helps. Kenny says, we love you, Nick.
Aww.
Who are you speaking for, Kenny? I'm just kidding. I love Nick. Nick's awesome. So, I don't know if you guys are, how much have you listened to Pirate Radio Live since you've been gone?
Do you want the, actual answer, or do you want, a nice answer?
Let's do the nice one.
About every, 2 or 3 days.
Honest answer.
Last Monday was the first time I listened.
Appreciate your honesty. So we got a guy. I have a type. Any receiver 6'4" or taller. I just, like a cartoon, my eyeballs turn into hearts, and my heart starts beating. I fall in love, and it happens a lot with ECU, and those guys never get on the field and do anything. But I'm hoping this is the one. Jeremiah Melvin. Intern Avery shares my love.
Melvin.
We are big Jeremiah Melvin people here.
Jeremiah Melvin.
Jeremiah Melvin.
You want all of them?
Jeremiah Melvin.
I can't get enough of them.
Jeremiah Melvin.
Jeremiah Melvin.
Anybody that says Jeremiah Melvin, we're going to add him to the soundboard.
It's like music in my ears.
Avery has been dropping facts. So for Nick, who has not heard Pirate Radio Live since last year, and Alex, who doesn't listen either, really, except his own segments. Can you give us some
crazy?
Can you give us some of the facts you've thrown out so far about Jeremiah Melvin? Are you serious, dude?
No, I'm trying to think I'm trying to go from the top. I'm trying to think of the very first one.
Okay.
Okay.
How long is this going to take? Because we're doing a live.
All right, I'll just pick a random one.
All right.
He played Johnny Johnny Williams in high school. His last game of his high school career.
Played his
Jeremiah
current
Melvin.
teammate Johnny against him in his last high school game. What size shoe does he wear?
13 and a half.
Jeremiah Melvin.
How many points did he average on the hardwood in high school basketballs last year?
Points or 17 points.
Jeremiah Melvin.
How many?
8 rebounds.
8 rebounds.
Jeremiah Melvin.
We are getting Jeremiah Melvin facts every day Avery is here. And the last one, I got to say, was a bit underwhelming.
Yeah.
Do we have a good one today? What would you rate it 1 out of 10?
7.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
I'll take a 7. All right, Avery, what is today's Jeremiah Melvin fact?
Jeremiah Melvin.
Jeremiah Melvin.
Jeremiah Melvin.
Jeremiah Melvin.
The only other team to recruit him when he hit the portal was Iowa State.
There's your Jeremiah Melvin fact of the day. I like that.
Thank you.
That's good. Never even thought about who else recruit. So
yeah, that's valuable information too.
Now, how can I use that information?
I mean, that just goes to show that another good team wanted him. I'd say they're a good team. Well,
one good team
committed early.
that has no players left because their coach left.
It's still a Power 4 school.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nick. They are. Jeremiah Melvin was recruited by Iowa State and said, I'm not going to move my body like a cyclone. I'm going to be a pirate.
I can't wipe the smile off my face right now because we got 2 people in the building that are responsible for 2 of my favorite mini segments of all time.
The Jeremiah Melvin segment.
Jeremiah Melvin, and then Nick's 10-second Canes preview.
Nick is.
I loved those.
Yeah. Sometimes if you ask Nick a question, he'll ramble a little bit.
Yeah.
If you give him like a time frame, he nails it. Like you got a ton of information on those segments. In fact, Nick, I'm going to put 10 seconds on the clock.
No.
I want a Hurricanes offseason report. What has happened this offseason?
I was going to say, I don't think I need 10 seconds.
With the Stanley Cup champion, Carolina Hurricanes. Go.
They lost like 3 people. They didn't really sign anybody. That's about it.
Nick, I'm disappointed.
That's all that's happened.
They signed an old dude, right? That is. No?
Carolina has literally signed nobody.
The only person they technically signed was Nicholas Delorier. But that was just a re-signing. Other than that, they barely touched
they trade
agency.
for somebody?
No. They did Carlson on draft day, but they didn't sign him.
So he's not on the team?
No.
He is not. Oh, okay. That's who I was talking about. I recognized his name. So, all right.
I mean, if you want something, Alexander Nikishin's not happy with his contract, and he's a restricted free agent.
How much should we care about that?
A little bit.
A little bit.
About a 6.
Who's the goaltender game 1 next year?
Brandon Bussey.
Yeah.
Back on the bus. And Anderson is
in Edmonton.
Ooh, okay. Hey, man, glad he
got his
could
cup.
win.
I'm
Yeah,
happy
yeah.
with that.
That's good. Good for him. All right, there's your Canes talk for the day. Harp.
What's up, man?
Should we brought this up earlier? A lot of 8 and 4s, 9 and 3s predictions for ECU.
Mm-hmm.
Are we not worrying enough about 2 new coordinators? Like, should we be? We're kind of bypassing that with our predictions, I feel like.
No, because, I mean, the new OC that we got put up crazy numbers at North Texas.
Number 1 offense in the country.
And the defensive coordinator, no disrespect at all, but Blake Harrell's in charge. Like, we don't even really need a DC, in my honest opinion. So, I have thought about that, but it zero impact for me.
I was not concerned that much, and now I'm not concerned at all.
Yeah.
Thank you, AR. You popping in at the scrimmage or anything tomorrow? Like, you using your stature to get in and go on the sidelines? And
You know what? I haven't asked to go back one time.
Yeah.
I haven't shut up to a practice or nothing. I
mean, you're a huge fan. You're fired up, but you're not going to use that to. You don't care about going to practice.
I don't know. I know it's different, but it would feel the same to me as like the guys who graduate high school
and then they're freshmen in college, and they go back to the high school games, and they stay on the sideline with
Yeah.
their Letterman jacket.
Hey, where are we partying afterwards?
Yeah, I don't want to be that guy, and it is different because you're in college, and it's like a much bigger deal, and I live here still.
And now, like now you're like a peer almost with Blake Harrell. You know what I'm saying? Well, not necessarily, but a different relationship than a coach active player relationship.
Yeah, it's like former mentor.
Yeah.
It's like your dad's buddies when you were a kid, and you like grow up.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
those are my friends now.
That's a good call.
Like my dad's best friend.
There we go.
Shout out Josh Allen. I know he's listening right now.
The Bills
But like,
Does he
same
listen?
name.
He's a Pirate Radio listener. He's won prizes before.
He is a dedicated PRL listener.
I'm trying to think of who else. We have some famous names that win, like
Josh
sports-
Aldridge.
Yeah, former defensive coordinator, but it's not him. It's another guy. There's other sports names too. That's interesting. Nick, we gotta know.
Oh no.
First of all, what you been doing this summer?
I've been working for a tile company.
Okay, how's that going?
I made a lot of money. More than.
Is it legit or is it like a side business with the tile? Like,
No, it's a legit
All right.
thing. I worked with them throughout the summer, and I took summer classes so I can graduate.
Are you getting a W-2 from this job?
Yeah.
Okay.
you can tell Nick is like not a blue collar worker because
All right.
like the first thing he introduced this to us today, he said, "What was your quote? I do a blue collar job."
I worked blue collar this summer.
It's like that. Is that do people who work with their hands say I work a blue collar job? I don't think so. It sounded awkward to me.
His collar's blue, but his neck is red.
My neck's not even close to red. It's very pale, actually.
Do you feel stronger? Do you feel buff?
Fatter more than anything else. Diet goes out the window.
So how many more classes you got?
I got 5 and then graduate December.
Awesome, man. Congrats on that. What's your degree in?
Communication. Ain't that something?
So is mine. I say
Me
every
too.
third word. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cake degree, right?
Another shout out. Shout out Dr. Richards, head of the comm program.
All right. Shout him out.
He's an avid PRL listener as well.
Awesome. I gotta know, Nick, how many dates you been on since?
All right, so I've had a great time here. Thank you.
Oh, you're not talking love life anymore?
What was the question again?
How many dates you been on?
Since when?
Last time you came on the show.
Between 0 and 0.
Oh man. I mean, you've been busy. You've been making a lot of money.
I was working blue collar, obviously.
You're a blue collar. Your hands are dirty. I tell you what, your next date is gonna be awesome because you got all that money. Like it's gonna be an expensive. You've just been stacking bills.
It's like, no, I'm actually just gonna reclaim some Cuccinelli's gift cards. We'll figure it out.
You know what? You were going there for a second before the Nellas. Are you looking? Are you looking? Are you
not looking hard? But
yeah.
No,
I
if it's
hear you.
out there, it's out there.
Yeah, and it is. Sometimes that's when you find it.
You know, everybody tells you that, and then
That's one of those phrases like money can't buy happiness when it absolutely can.
it can definitely make you happy.
Yeah. It's just one of those phrases. There's plenty of fish in the sea and all that crap. Yeah.
Yeah, and then like
Yeah,
whenever
they
you're
don't
not
like me.
Whenever you're not looking, that's when you'll find it. It's like, yeah, I haven't been looking for a long time, and my God,
I've been hanging out in my apartment all summer and hadn't found anything.
I've been hanging out at home all summer. Let's make that clear. I've been living with my parents.
How's mom and dad?
They're good.
Good.
I told them I was going to be on, and they were like, "Oh."
How much have they listened to Pirate Radio since you've been gone?
My mom follows the Twitter account.
All right. Thank you, Mom. Appreciate that. All right, let's take a break, y'all. Welcome to stick around or leave. Your call.
I'll stick around.
All right, we'll hear some Linval Joseph when we return. Nick
All
is
right.
non-committal. We'll take a break, come back, more to go. We'll have our Simply Divine Oil and Wine Best of Pirate Radio Live back with you on a Friday after this.
Looking for friendly service and hometown convenience? Make it Country Mart in Pitt County. Country Mart is your one-stop shop for fresh hot food, cold drinks, snacks, fuel, and everyday essentials, all with the fast, friendly service you can count on. And now with 3 locations. A brand new Country Mart is now open on Highway 11 right across from Aiden Grifton High School. From breakfast biscuits to afternoon pick-me-ups and the best fuel prices in town, Country Mart keeps Pitt County moving. Country Mart, local, convenient, and always friendly.
This August, head on down to Capital Subaru of Greenville for the Subaru A Lot to Love event. Get behind the wheel of a brand new 2026 Subaru Outback Premium with $4,304 total due at signing. You can lease it now for just $305 a month for 36 months. That's only $10 a day. Hurry down to Capital Subaru of Greenville today before this deal ends. It's all happening right now at Capital Subaru of Greenville off Memorial Drive or online at capitalofgreenville.com. Capital Subaru of Greenville, where your adventure begins. Price does not include tax, title, or registration fees. Offer expires August 31st, 2026.
Hi, I'm Bram Anderson, owner of Tiebreakers. The next time you're planning a company lunch, neighborhood party, festival, tailgate, or private event, skip the stress. Let the Tiebreakers food truck bring the burgers, wings, sandwiches, and all your favorites straight to you. We'll bring the food, you enjoy the fun. Break the chain, eat local, 3 locations, 1 hometown favorite, because everyone loves burgers.
What's better than exploring downtown Washington? Tasting it. Join a food tour with Forks of Little Washington and discover the local flavor. Stroll the historic waterfront and enjoy delicious bites from some of the town's favorite restaurants and specialty shops. Food tours combine great food, local history, and unforgettable stories into one delicious experience. Whether you're a foodie, a visitor, or a local looking for a new adventure, there's no better way to experience Washington. For pricing and reservations, visit forksoflittlewashington.com. Brought to you by visitwashingtonnc.com.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is closer than you think, right outside your front door. With service from American Airlines, you're now connected to destinations around the world, all from PGV. Skip the long lines. Avoid the congestion of larger airports. Fly local and enjoy a faster, easier travel experience. Whether it's business or your next getaway, Pitt Greenville Airport gets you there with ease. Start your journey today at flypgv.com or AA.com. Pitt Greenville Airport. Fast, convenient, and close to home. Where the Pirates fly.
Eastern North Carolina's newest concert destination is here. It's Carolina Crossroads Amphitheater, a brand new state-of-the-art outdoor amphitheater with room for 30,000 fans. Reserve your seat or grab a spot on the lawn and enjoy food trucks, vendors, cold beer, and cocktails all night long. It's just a short drive away right off I-95 in Roanoke Rapids.
On October 9th, it's country music star Brantley Gilbert, along with special guests John Morgan and Jay Webb. For tickets, visit carolinacrossroadsamp.com.
Hey Pirate fans, it's Rhonda from Russell's. Back to school and back to football season are here, and Russell's has you covered with a store full of new arrivals from all your favorite brands, plus some exciting new brands for him and her. Whether you're dressing for school, work, a wedding, or a pirate tailgate, Russell's will have you looking your very best for every occasion. Stop by and experience the personal service that makes shopping at Russell's special. Russell's on Main Street in downtown Washington. Go Pirates!
The icy treat that can't be beat is Sparky Snowballs. From big kids to little kids, Sparky Snowballs has been making smiles happen for over 20 years. If you're not in the mood to chill out with a snowball, Sparky's funnel cakes and fried Oreos are a perfect Sparky-licious treat every time. Are you having an event, party, or fundraiser? Call Sparky's to come on site. Remember to follow Sparky's on Facebook or visit SparkySnowballs.com to see where they'll be next.
This is CJ Mayhew, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
And welcome back in. Is your car making strange noises or that check engine light still won't go away? At Bell's Fork Truck and Auto Service in Greenville, they take the stress out of car care and deliver high-quality work without the high dealership prices. No guesswork, no pressure, just honest, dependable service to get you back on the road with confidence. Bell's Fork Truck and Auto Service across from Speedway on Charles Boulevard. Now let's take it back in. Here's Clip.
Thank you, Jackson. The return of Maxon coming up very soon. We were talking a little MAC football before the program today. Man, I can't wait for a full slate of Saturday football action. It's going to be a lot of fun. Avery brought his Jeremiah Melvin fact of the day. We love those. He does a great job with them. He sent the longest. Nick, you should talk to Avery about how to have Riz, I think is the kid said.
Oh, God, that hurt to hear.
Read the, yeah, it hurt me to say it. Read the message he sent Jeremiah Melvin. It is.
Did you send him an essay?
Oh, my God. No spaces,
read it on air,
no
please?
paragraphs.
That might take a whole second.
An essay? It was a novella.
Can we read it on air, please?
I don't think Avery wants to read it on the air.
Avery, come on, bro.
I don't know if we can let out the Melvin.
Come on,
files.
please.
A lot of redacting.
Can you read the last line?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, read the last line because it's so forward almost. Like you expected him to respond within 10 seconds and be like, all right, bro, I'm in. So what was the last line?
I said, hit me up and let's get some fun facts going, my man.
Like they're boys or something. Good news, he has not read it because that would be worse if he
just read it and then no response.
So that's the only good news right now.
We have to interview Jeremiah Melvin at some point.
I know, yeah. And man, I hope he makes some plays, man.
Maybe he's there at Media Day.
Yeah, could be. And I would talk to him the entire time. Are you going to Media Day?
Yeah.
Avery's got an in. He's got a brother who is an equipment manager.
Yep.
Yeah. So
really?
Well,
What's
let
his
me
name?
tell you something, brother.
Nolan Dixon.
How long has he been an equipment guy?
He just started this year.
Okay. I was going to say, that name didn't sound familiar.
You don't know that, man. It's our Simply Divine Oil and Wine Best of the Week. Simply Divine, a locally owned specialty gourmet shop and tasting bar in Greenville, North Carolina, focused on premium extra virgin olive oils, aged balsamic vinegars, wine, and gourmet foods. Join Simply Divine for a wine tasting, food pairing, or specialty event. Visit Simply Divine Oil and Wine in Arlington Village today. Linval Joseph, man, awesome conversation with Ellerby yesterday. And let's hear... Man, he's got some ECU stuff, but the other stuff was really entertaining too. So he had kind of two viral meme moments. There was one after his long touchdown. He went to the bench and had sunglasses and a oxygen mask on. That was one of them. The other was when he was running out of the tunnel and absolutely obliterated a cameraman. Yeah, and I'll pull that up as we hear him talking about it. But let's hear cut 2, Jackson, as Linval Joseph talks about nearly ending a man's life before a football game.
Also, the one that we've seen before is when you knock the cameraman out of the way coming out of the tunnel. Is there anything else? And what about those moments do you remember?
I mean, I remember that moment. I remember before every game, you have the media guy telling you, all right, 30 seconds before you run out. So, we all getting ready with a big game too as well. And most time the camera guys are already set up, so for him to do what he was doing, that was actually pretty brave of him, and thankfully I didn't hit him full speed because I don't know if he would have got up the way that he got up. But he came, I'm glad I didn't get hurt. I didn't hurt myself, honestly, because I saw him, but I didn't see him. I saw him, it was kind of too late. So I just turned my face and thankfully I had protection on so that camera didn't do any damage to me. But at that moment, I was so ready for the game. I didn't even know I really hit him until all my teammates stopped running out the tunnel with me. So then I looked back and then that's when I knew something was wrong. That was a crazy moment, man. He got up, his glasses was broken, and he worked out full day. He didn't complain at all.
Linval Joseph, it was like a fly on. He didn't even really know the damage he had done. They look like a cartoon. The guy kind of went face first into him, and then his whole body, like his feet went in the air.
Like a rag doll.
Yeah, and that just explains how huge Linval is, and that was just a normal-looking fella who had a rough day. Shout out to him, though, for finishing the job and doing it well.
What's he doing now?
Which one?
The guy who got ran over.
I don't know.
I wonder if he's still in the business.
He might have got out after that one. Linval also talked about Coach Rock Rogeman, his position coach here at ECU, who was football through and through. I love hearing Greg Hudson tell stories about Coach Rock, but his name came up in the interview, and they talked about Rock Rogeman. Cut 4.
Yeah. Rock Rogeman, that was another one. He worked out every day. He had size on him, and then he started getting sick. You know, he got to the point where he should have stopped coaching. You know what I mean? But he didn't want to leave us behind. He got him a golf cart. He stayed there yelling out that golf cart. Like we made the best of. He went out the way that he wanted to win out, meaning he wanted to go out with his team, with his brothers, with his comrades. You know, and these moments mean everything to me because he poured his all into us. You know what I mean? We was his kids. So once I became a dad and I got my kids, I was just like, man, now I understand. Now I see. Once your kid do something good and it feel like it makes you feel like you're doing something good because they're a reflection of you, you know? So these moments that I had growing up that I didn't really understand, I couldn't really take it in the way I'm taking it in now. I'm just blessed to be able to have these moments. I could talk about these stuff, really remember all of these stories, because when you play football, a lot of things can happen, you know? Like, football is a dangerous sport. It's a fun sport. But let's just be real. Anything can happen to you at any given moment, you know? And I had well over 10 surgeries. I was blessed to come back from all my surgeries and not let them hinder me to the point where I had to retire. So, yeah, man, I'm just, once again, I always give God all the glory, because without him, who knows what this journey would actually turn into, you know?
Yeah, it was awesome to hear him talking about the late, great Rock Rogeman. And Hud always talks about how, you know, ECU, that's maybe the best defensive line in ECU history. C.J. Wilson, Jay Ross, Scotty Robinson, Linval Joseph, NFL guys, Super Bowl guys. And Hud, if he was bored at practice, would say, "Hey, Rock, what's wrong with your guys today?" He'd be like, "What do you mean?" He'd say, "They're loafing, they're lollygag," and he was just making it up, basically, just to see Coach Rock run over there, start cussing him out, yelling at him, and Hud would be over there laughing, like just. But Rock was a true football guy. Speaking of football guy, did you see that story from Arkansas? Kenny is asking about it. Harp, about the helmet
with the snake in it.
With a snake in it. What in the world? How does that happen? How did that guy not get bit? So many questions.
So this wasn't at the University of Arkansas, right?
No. It's high school.
High school? Yeah, I was going to say that takes...
So I wonder if they got like a field house or something and the snake got in probably.
Yeah, I was going to say that requires a combination of bad facilities and a lack of awareness on the player's part. I don't believe that he wore that for a whole practice. That's what all the stories said.
Yeah, like an hour plus, right?
There's no way. Because the snake also doesn't weigh nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it would feel significantly heavier.
2 foot, yeah. I mean, what is the worst thing you could have in your helmet? I mean, that's up there.
A snake is one of them.
Nick, you got stung by a wasp recently. That would suck.
Those hurt real bad.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to.
Sulfuric acid would be bad, probably.
A little bit of, yeah.
What were you going to say, Alex, that you don't want to say?
I don't know if I want to say this story, but I will. I will say it did not happen at ECU. One of my former teammates.
All right, so it was at Central.
Or it could have been earlier. Was a senior and got mad at a freshman during practice.
I don't want to know where this is going. I don't want to know what's going in that helmet.
I'm interested here.
He proceeded to urinate in his helmet.
Could have been worse.
I was about to say, it could have been a lot worse, yeah.
It could have been a lot worse.
So did the guy No, before he put the helmet on?
No.
Ooh.
Well, no, it was like he did it after practice, and it like
it just sat.
marinated
Yeah.
the whole day, and then like wore it the next day and said like nothing about it.
And y'all called him Pete.
And nobody brought it up.
Oh, Kenny, a black widow spider.
Oh God.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's life-threatening.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, so is a venomous snake.
Peace fine though.
Was it venomous?
Yes.
It was a cottonmouth. wasn't it?
Cottonmouth.
Oh.
Yeah, we ain't talking about no little snake.
Yeah, that's rough.
I might would rather have a spider in my helmet.
No.
You're just a daredevil, though, bro.
No, I'm saying than that snake. A
Yeah,
snake bite's gonna hurt worse.
They do have bigger teeth.
To the head.
What?
Fangs.
To the head. What has more venom? Would you guess?
A black.
Probably the
I don't know.
snake.
I don't know, but
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm just saying you're gonna die regardless. But like,
How do you want to go?
I mean, honestly,
but with the spider, you do have a chance of becoming a superhero.
Venomous snakes, like they take down buffaloes and stuff.
Yeah.
I'd probably say the snake is more dangerous, but a spider is more scary somehow.
Either one. Nick, you're a blue collar guy. You're a tough guy.
Yeah.
What do you say?
Definitely the snake is scarier. I don't mess with stinging insects and anything, but snakes are terrifying.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Let's take our last break. We'll come back. Simply Divine Oil and Wine, best of Pirate Radio. Check out that entire Linval Joseph interview if you have not heard it on our YouTube, Pirate Radio TV. We'll be back to wrap up a Football Friday edition of Pirate Radio Live after this.
Hey, what's this I see? I thought this was a party! Let's dance!
Save the date for the biggest party of the football season. Join Pirate Radio on Thursday, September 10th for the annual Pirate Radio Football Kickoff Party, powered by Bud Light. It's a night of great music, great friends, and pirate pride as the party returns to the Hilton Greenville and Greenville Boulevard. This year's special guest is ECU legend and Super Bowl champion Linval Joseph. Come welcome Linval back to Greenville, then dance the night away with live music from Trainwreck. Stay tuned to Pirate Radio for your chance to score free tickets to the party of the year, the Pirate Radio Kickoff Party, brought to you by East Coast Grading, UBE, Aldridge and Sutherland Realtors, The Buck, Ron Ayers Motorsports, Dirty Dan's, The Gold Store, Tiebreakers, and Carolina Eagle Distributors. Arr, party like a pirate with Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
The crack of the bat. The crowd roars. Baseball is back in Kinston's historic Granger Stadium. Come cheer on your Down East Bird Dogs.
Come cheer on your Down East Bird Dogs this Tuesday through Sunday inside Kinston's historic Granger Stadium. Find your tickets and game day information at downeastbirddogs.com. That's downeastbird, DAWGS.com.
The base is covered when it comes to having fun. Watch the Down East Bird Dogs play.
The very best bagels in Greenville are at Bagel Man. Bagel Man is open every day for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. If you're on the go, place your order ahead of time online at ncbagelman.com. Start your day with a breakfast sandwich or for lunch. Try a tuna melt, pastrami sandwich, panini, or specialty wrap. And everyone loves Bagel Man's fresh-made desserts and pastries. Bagel Man is where Pirate Nation fuels up for game day or any day. Bagel Man, 1904 Fire Tower Road in Greenville. And stay tuned for the new Bagel Man location opening soon. Go Pirates!
If you're looking to make someone's day a little sweeter, Nothing Bundt Cakes has the perfect treat. From our bite-sized buntinis to our delicious 8 and 10-inch bundt cakes, every cake is baked fresh daily and topped with our signature cream cheese frosting. Birthdays, celebrations, office treats, or just because. There's always a reason for a bundt cake. Come see us in Greenville in the Law Promenade Shopping Center near Longhorn and let us help you share a little joy, one bundt at a time. Nothing Bundt Cakes. Make life a little sweeter every day.
Take a hit from a 300-pound linebacker, and you better be wearing pads. Take a hit on the road, and you better have good auto coverage. When you've got North Carolina Farm Bureau Auto Insurance, you've got the best local agents ready to help you bounce back. If you don't, well, you'll probably play football without a helmet, too.
This is proud ECU graduate and former baseball player Brandon Manning. Give me a call today, and let's talk about your insurance coverage and about the Pirates. Call 531-1812 and go Pirates.
Have you ever seen those exotic aquariums like the guys do in Las Vegas on television? You ever thought about having one of these aquariums in your business? It's more affordable than you think. This is Hal Pruitt with rentafishtank.com. We can make having an aquarium in your business turnkey with no work, cleaning, or hassles for you. Rentafishtank.com creates a relaxing atmosphere and keeps children occupied. Rentafishtank.com already services many dental, pediatric, and doctor offices, plus hospitals and senior living centers. Check us out at rentafishtank.com.
Hey, Pirate Nation, Bryce Williams here, former ECU tight end and proud customer of Stroud's Marine. Boating season is finally here, and there's no better place to get your boat ready for the water. From tune-ups to parts and accessories, the team at Stroud's Marine has you covered with expert service and hometown-friendly care. So whether you're casting a line or cruising the coast, stop by Stroud's Marine today and let's get you boating right. Follow Stroud's Marine on Facebook and Instagram or visit stroudsmarine.com to learn more. See you on the water. Go Pirates!
Hi, this is Phil Steele of Phil Steele's College Football Preview Magazine, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
And welcome back in. A look at the stock market for you today. The Dow was down 107 points and closed at $53,732. The NASDAQ was down 73 points and closed at $26,729, and the S&P was down 13 points and closed at $7,785. That is a look at your Wells Fargo Advisors financial report. For a person looking to invest in, call Wells Fargo today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC. Now let's take it back in for the wrap-up of our show. Here's Clip.
Man, there was some hardcore Canes talk going on when I walked in the studio between Harper and Nick, which made me at the least want some Hurricanes segments with these guys this season, and at the most want a podcast with Harper and Nick.
Hey,
you do any
Mr. Ellerby, sir, if you're listening, any show will do. I would like
Alex.
Any show will do. I want an excuse to talk into a microphone for longer than an hour.
Alex wants to, but you want to talk about anything and everything.
I just want to chop it up with the fellas.
Yeah, that is always fun.
Can we have a show where we chop it up with the fellas, please?
Do you do any audio stuff with Canes Prospects?
I do. I have funnily enough, I have a podcast with my friend who ran the account before, and we'll just do anything prospect related.
It's like 4 hours an episode
No.
to talk about 20 prospects. No, I missed that. No.
I think the longest is an hour 45.
Good stuff. Canes Prospects, you do an awesome job for real, man.
Thanks.
And,
I appreciate that.
Hope everybody follow. You get shout outs from Maniscalco and Mentor and like the Canes folks. I hope they buy it, or
I've always said, like, when I graduate, Walt Ruff, that's the team reporter. I'm very good friends with him. If anybody wants to just say, hey, here's a little bit of money, just do everything prospect related, but under the Hurricanes banner. That'd be great.
That would be beautiful. That's the dream. We did it, fellas. Y'all did it. Jackson, Avery, awesome work today. Appreciate you guys. Made it a very smooth ride without Jarrett. He'll be back Monday. Him and Mac McCarthy talking Richmond race. They'll both be there coming up on Sunday. Harp, good luck to your boys. Alex is fired up for preseason football.
Just finished week 1 of middle school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we'll talk more about that next week. And Nick, you're always welcome, buddy. And looking forward to seeing you on Saturdays this fall.
Very excited.
Thank y'all for tuning in today. We'll talk to you Monday, 3 o'clock. All new edition of Pirate Radio Live. For the crew, I'm Clip Brock. Jeff Charles, take us home.
Have a great night, Eastern Carolina.
Thanks for listening to Pirate